out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Ackerman. It's art by Ackerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Ackerman. Art by Ackerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Ackerman.
All right, welcome back to another Customizing Studio, episode 3. Currently, I have Alan here with me. Alan, how you doing?
Great.
I can't hear Alan again.
No.
I love StreamYard. But Alan is here. I'm here. I think you guys can hear us. I just can't hear Alan, so I'll have to log out in a second and back in and see if I can hear him. I think Jay is trying to get in as well. So let me see who's in the comments first. We've got Freaks Figures out there. Welcome, Freaks. And we have Benny Torres. Let's see. Benny says, I'm getting ready. I added you to our group for the links. So if you're looking for the link, it is there. I got Darla here. Says, hey, all. I know her. She's downstairs, though. I don't see her. We got Kyle Robinson here. We've got Dub3. Says he's working on a diorama.
Sweet.
We've got Destination Stone and Michael Morales. So welcome, everybody. And I will go ahead and turn it over to Alan to talk about what he is going to be doing today. And in the meantime, I'm going to log out and back in. So Alan, take it away.
I will. I'm taking it. All right. So I have a couple things that I'm working on. I sculpted this head yesterday. This is one of the Mythic Legion Cyclops heads. And I just sculpted right on top of their head. As a matter of fact, like that's their ear. Like I didn't mess with that. And the eyeball that is showing is their eyeball. But everything else I kind of built up and changed in order to be a very Harryhausen Cyclops. I'm going to paint this and hopefully get this on a troll today. And then I have a 2000X Beastman. Here's his little head. And I sculpted in Blender this head, which I believe is better because it's fiercer. And I have printed that. Here's what sucks about 3D printing, or at least with me. I don't know what I'm doing. So I have to kind of wing it. And I don't know what size it's going to be exactly. So in order to get the one head that I wanted, I printed 12 heads. Why 12 heads? Because I printed it in 4 different sizes. And I printed it with 3 different neck orientations. So one head can be straight up and down. One is at a 45, and the other one is straight off of the neck stump. So the one that's straight off the neck stump, I think, is going to be better for Beastman. But if you look at the back of this, if you look at the back of it, you can see that this one is set up to go, pretty straight up and down. Like that's how that guy looks. And then this same size, this large size, this one is set when it's on my finger, it's straight up and down. So that's the orientation that I did in Blender. Same size head, but I wanted to know which one was going to work the best. So I had to print 12, 3 neck orientations and 4 sizes. So I'll be painting one of them. And I have his body here without a head so that I can size it right when I get to that. But first, trolls.
Nice. All right. And I can hear you now, Alan, so we're good there.
All right. That's good. I am willing to bet that you'll not be able to hear Jay when he comes in.
Okay, we'll see. So I've been working on my snow crab for the last few episodes, and I'm pretty much done with it. So here is how that guy is looking there. And then here are his legs. So the only two things I've got left to do on the one arm here, I need to add a little bit more snow effect on the lower arm. And then I need to attach the lower body to the upper body. Um, this is a kind of a typical problem with resin printed torsos, that they don't have a good pop fit because it's hard plastic and hard plastic. So what I'm going to do is use some hot glue. I'm going to fill the inside of this crab with some hot glue, and pop this bottom part in there. And hopefully still have some articulation with it, but also have it attached a little bit more firm. Because right now, if I pop it on, it's just super floppy and loose. So,
Are you
so that's,
gonna Vaseline your torso ball?
yep,
So that
that
okay.
torso ball is not something I've ever heard before, but yes, yes, I am going to rub Vaseline on my torso ball.
Good.
So,
Good. Good to have a
um,
favorite.
yeah. Let's see. So I'm going to be working on that, and then I've got a couple of these. Oh, I guess I should have been bigging myself. Oh, there's Jay too. Let me add him in.
Danger,
Okay,
danger.
I added Joe. So, so I've got two of these like Cabal books that Rob Zamora sent me, that I'll be working on painting. And the one I did in my normal Chaos Black. So this one here, I did my Citadel Chaos Black. This says 16.99, but I think now a lot of them are like, closer to $25. And then I did this second one here with this Rust-Oleum High Performance Enamel Flat Black. This is something I saw recommended from like a miniature channel, and I wanted to kind of look at the two to see if I could notice any sort of major difference. The biggest thing I see is the enamel one. It kind of obscured a little bit of the details.
Yeah.
It's not as crisp. It did seem to dry pretty well, and does have a flat appearance, but it did obscure some of the details. So the reason I was trying this is because this is only like $9, whereas the other one is like sometimes 24 now. So there might be some situations that I'll be able to use this if it doesn't have like super intricate detail, like if it's a flat surface. But if it's something like this that has tiny details, I would say Chaos Black still reigns supreme. So,
And I think it's worth it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if there was a flat piece that didn't have a whole lot of detail, it might, be okay. But for something like what we're working on, yeah, not so much. And then when I get done with those, I've also got these beaver parts. So I've got a beaver head, some feet, and this big like hammer mallet that I will start working on for a beaver custom.
Beaver parts.
So, yeah, torso ball and beaver parts. So, let's see. Next, let's smallin myself. And Jay, are you there?
Here I am. Can you hear me?
Sweet. And I can hear you. So I've been
Wonderful.
bigging you if you want to tell folks what you're planning on working on.
So I had this interesting thing happen yesterday when it turned out that the primer that I bought was gloss primer. So I use Vallejo primer through the airbrush, and so these need to be dry brushed white. And then this is not going to be a glossy figure, so we're going to see, how that works. But I want to start working on these to kind of get the white. That's why I dry brush it, to get it'll look like this in the end. So I want to make another figure like this. If that doesn't work, I'm going to work on the details for not that one, for this one. Try to clean that up depending on how the gloss works. And I've still been working on some of the pin lining here for this. Hold on, this guy, who is really huge and hard for me to fit in the frame. And then I have odds and ends laying around that I can also work on just in case. Like I have that figure I was working on last week, which is kind of like a Doom. See, now this thing's being sideways is driving me crazy, but this is the same color I've used to do the like the Doomslayer bodies that I've been doing. Whoa, almost knocked it
Yeah,
off.
that shield from last week was awesome.
Thank you. It's here actually. Well, I have two. So this one is in the bag to make it not get scratched. So I might work on that. I'm trying to find a head. This is kind of a weird body to get a good female head for because it's a 1.0 neck. That's like a little bit smaller. So I might mess around with that. And then, some other things I have a lot of little things to do in case that doesn't work out. I kind of ran through things. So I'm working on also like a snake figure.
Snake.
So what was that? Do that again?
Snake.
I don't get that reference. Is that from something?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So I have another one that I'm going to do, and I'm thinking maybe make this more pink before I do that same type of paint I've been using, which is the Turbo Dork Zenithal Zenith paint, which is so like that. I have other things, but I'll just talk about it as it comes up. But so this paint goes over pink over white, so you can kind of see, and then it goes over kind of green over black. So I don't really know. I have some heads I might use. I guess if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna mess around, see what happens.
Cool. All right, let me ensmallen you. I'll actually embiggen myself for a second so folks can see that I've got my cheap imitation Vaseline here, and I will be Vaselining up my torso ball. So yeah, just getting a little bit there, and just just get some right over there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so there you go. And I've already had my heat gun on for a bit, so
This is almost Patreon content.
I know, right? I'm gonna put some on the upper part of this belt piece as well, just so it doesn't get stuck to that either. All right, and then I will grab the glue gun and we'll start working on that, but I will ensmall myself first. So yes, Blake, I did say Vaseline. So Dub3 says I've been using airbrush to prime. That's a smart idea. I'm just too lazy. So yeah, it's just if I was doing a bunch of airbrushing, then I would probably do that. But just to break out the airbrush, just to prime and then have to clean it and stuff, I'm not down with that. So
I do that all the time just because cans, like I go through a can really fast, and then I'm buying can after can after can. So
yeah. I don't go through customs as fast as you, so so it's not as bad. But anyway, I'm gonna start filling up this crab torso with hot glue.
I'm gonna step away for 1 second because I have something else I wanna.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back for how well I did matching this without it even being in the room. Like
nice.
That's terrible as far as a base. Yeah.
Good job. The one thing I was kind of worried about with this when I fill it up with glue was that it is translucent, and so I'm worried about kind of what that's going to look like underneath. So I did switch out from the black hot glue to the clear.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't want to see a black blob in there.
The
black hot glue, it's just so nice and stretchy. Like this is one of the black hot glue sticks, and they're just so floppy. I love them. Anyway,
does it have a name for that black stuff?
Yes, it does have a name. Off the top of my head, I don't know it, but let me look it up real quick.
All right.
I love the hot glue method, by the way. It's amazing. It's a pain, but you really don't get. Some places will have a torso that pops in, but a lot do not. I actually was doing it kind of recently on this,
Mm-hmm.
but
I'm not seeing what this is.
I never finished it, but I hot glued this torso,
Oh, okay.
if you could see it. I don't
Yep.
know. Very messy. I'm very messy when I try to do that.
I'll try to balance this guy on his claws so that he stands up a little bit more. Help me hot glue it better. Mhm. There we go. Because I'm basically putting like probably a stick and a half or more of hot glue in this thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of open air inside of this. So
I was gonna ask, does that have like a bigger size than the average because of the crab? I imagine it's
yeah,
a bigger cavity than the average, like 1.0.
yeah, and it's got like some like honeycomb like supports inside of there. But in order for the hot glue to hold this, I'm gonna have to kind of fill up the whole thing. So, which is not too bad because it's gonna also give it a little bit more weight. I like my figures having weight, so you feel like you could, attack a burglar with it or something.
Sure. That's how I deter all my burglars.
With translucent crabs.
Yeah, one of the figures. I just have a shelf that says burglar deterrent, and it's all of the more scary looking figures, and I just smash burglars on the head. Get a lot of those out here.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to do it.
Sorry, go ahead.
When I lived in an apartment in Orlando, if you opened my front door, there was a sword hanging there, and it said, "Take this. I have one too." And that was for any burglar, so I could get in a legit sword fight with someone who broke into my apartment. Not even kidding. No one broke in. I was kind of upset. Curtis?
Yeah.
The glue sticks are called Acrolux.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a link to it in the private chat of this StreamYard thing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alan, I saw while I was trying to get my microphone to work the troll head you have, and it looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. This guy.
Did you wind up finding a forest troll? So you were looking for one, right?
I did.
Wow.
So I have a forest troll that I purchased last night, and then that's for my Umber Hulk, which is this guy. I think, were you with me when I painted this? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Umber Hulk.
Oh,
and then
welcome, Benny.
Enough people offered me forest trolls. I can hear you,
we
Benny.
can hear you.
All right.
I'll probably buy a forest troll every week for the next 3 or 4 weeks, which I'm not mad about.
Hopefully, Shannon's not watching right now.
As long as I spread it out like that, I think it's fine.
It's like a payment plan.
Yeah.
One a week.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you wind up getting it for?
I think 135 shipped.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
No. I set out my expectations. I wasn't saying, and I think I'm frugal but reasonable.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know how many people are watching that don't already know this, but I'm just going to take a moment to plug that I do have. If you want to check out my Instagram and/or the Cabal, I do have a bunch of figures for sale. To my knowledge, maybe 2 have been claimed only, and
Awesome.
Those have not been. I gotta figure out the status of that after this is over.
Shannon says she's watching.
My wife is watching. And I think that spreading it out is fiscally responsible. It was like 6 trolls, and all of them for $550. and
Wow.
I wanted to do that, but I didn't want to spend $550. That would be a tough one to explain.
That's a good price though if you break it down.
Yeah.
It is if I had just a chunk of money sitting there, which right now I don't.
How many was it for 550?
6 trolls.
That's not bad. You know, I once got a troll for $50.
You're a jerk face.
Wow.
I mean, that's
I'm
good
just
for
gonna
you.
flex on that because I'm so sorry. I guess that was a big jerk face thing to say, but I'm still very excited about it. And it was.
You should be. That's a good score.
I got it
Did
from.
you buy that at Lehigh?
Yeah, I did. How did you know
Yeah,
that? Did I say this already?
I told you to buy. I was the one that you bought off of Brett.
Yeah, you were the person who was like, I don't know if I can fit this, and
Yeah, exactly.
gave it to
Then
me?
you said you take it. You take it. I said, yeah, buy it.
yes, that's what I was like. Yes, you do not want you because you were. Oh wow, I didn't even realize. That's so funny. Yeah, I was like, if you don't want that, I saw some hesitation. I was like, dude, if you don't want that, I'm taking it right now. It's the only
Yeah,
troll I've
yeah.
ever bought. And actually, I will say that it's probably one of my favorite customs I've ever made. Came out of that. Took me
I have-
almost a year to complete.
I have fallen in love with the trolls. Like, I want, my end goal is, one of each that they have produced. There's one head I don't really like, but you don't need that head. And then having, a myriad of customs that I have made would be horribly.
They are really, it's you could say this about a lot of different things in this line, but so it's kind of silly to say this in that sense, but those are really a joy to paint. They really are.
Yes.
I know you don't like that one head, Alan, but it looks really good on the ice troll.
Which is it, the Hoth head?
Yeah.
I like the Hoth head too. Unfortunately, I broke mine. I was going to get that thing that like the thing to hold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Who made that? God, who made that? Like the trophy thing.
Mark Crom 316.
Right, Crom. Yeah, I couldn't think of Crom. That's what it was. Yeah. I was gonna. He didn't have those at Legion's Con. I was hoping he had one.
Curtis, this is the head I don't like.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the one with the tusk or the on the side. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one either.
He does have tusks on the side.
Yeah, I meant the one, the ice troll one that has the big.
Yeah, I like that head. That looks really good.
Yeah, that one I love.
That's probably my favorite of the troll heads, and then the underbite long ear standard troll is really nice too. I'm working on a 3-headed troll right now, but it's only in the blender stage.
I would love to see that when it's done. That sounds really cool.
I have to say, this crab is really hot right now.
Hot crabs.
I'm trying to hold the legs into the crab head, and the head is like on fire.
This crab is on fire.
I knew it. I knew that was coming from someone.
Exactly.
Did we reference that last week?
Yep.
I did. That's anytime something is hot or on fire, I have to sing that.
And Benny
Alan can't help himself.
Rihanna and not Katy Perry.
Yeah.
I approve of Rihanna and I don't approve of Katy Perry, so that works for me.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't either of them. Wasn't it like Alicia Keys or something?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Alicia Keys.
That's right. I don't know. I was thinking about Rihanna because I was reading something about 10th anniversary of one of her albums, I guess, and that's more information than you guys needed. But it is the 10th anniversary of the Rihanna album Anti, in case anybody wants to feel really old.
All right,
Benny, I appreciate the diversity on your shelf there. I really like how many different toy lines are represented.
Oh,
yeah.
This is my little studio here, my desk for everything. So, I keep some of my favorite toys on here. Every now and then, there's a new one that appears to make the tabletop.
So that's curated for camera looks.
This is today. Who made it today to the? Well, I found this upstairs. There's the Grifter motorcycle from
Wildcats.
Wildcats. Yeah, Wildcats. There's an original, still intact. Everything works. Missile right there. I have everything. It's just that I found it upstairs, and I was trying to make like a cosmic motorcycle.
Hmm.
And why not? I mean, it's a
Dude, I'm so
112
into that.
motorcycle.
How do I find
So
one of those?
it's,
Is it really rare and expensive? I didn't know that existed.
I
No,
don't
the
know. I mean,
Wildcat.
this is in my collection. I've had this for over 20 years. Let me see. When did I buy this?
It had to be like
Oh, the-
94, 95.
yeah, around that time. I'll tell you right now exactly when.
That's wild.
I mean, I have the
Oh.
whole
So who made that then?
95.
You guys know
Made
who
by
had that
Playmates.
license?
Yeah, Playmates toys.
And they're probably
that's
not that
amazing.
expensive on eBay, I'll be honest with you, because the Wildcats toys are pretty
Yeah.
cheap.
So that they are. So
Yeah,
wait,
and
that is before that was even a DC. That's like the Image days, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Rob Liefeld?
But the Grifter was in Wildcats.
Yeah, he was the guy with like the handkerchief over his face.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was in the
Yeah.
Authority, but I could be wrong. He might have been in both. I'm a really big fan of all the stuff that was done by Warren Ellis.
He was the
In
most
that-
popular Wildcat, probably. I liked Maul because he was a big guy, and I keep stalking the 10-inch Maul toys on eBay.
Yeah, I
I
have two
love-
upstairs. I have the Grifter and I have the Maul.
I love that
10-inch
universe,
ones.
and I can't think of the name of it. They did a reboot of one issue for DC, and they were supposed to do a whole thing, and then Warren Ellis got canceled, which is a shame. He was my favorite comic writer. I mean, I guess he still is, but
Why did he get canceled?
he was accused of a lot of things by quite a few women.
Oh, okay.
I don't. He was accused, I think, of like using his fame to do some not great things. I don't think it was like the level of certain bad things, but it's
Right.
unfortunate because I'm a really like he did my favorite Moon Knight series, and that's my favorite character. He did Transmetropolitan, which is one of the craziest and smartest and just like wildest comics ever. And he did the Authority and all these great comics that were in Image that were absorbed into DC that I cannot think of the name of that universe. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, you can be a great artist and not a great person.
Oh yeah, certainly.
that
J.K.
happens.
Rowling has proven that.
Many have.
I
Yes.
still listen to Michael Jackson.
Listen, man, I saw the Michael Jackson play on Broadway just recently with my daughter.
I
Speaking
didn't
of
know there
how
was a
Mike-
Michael Jackson play.
it was very controversial because it really doesn't touch on anything. If anything, it kind of, no pun intended, it kind of is like him talking about how he's accused of a lot of things and the press is like mean to him. But I went for the choreography. Well, I didn't get it. Was the tickets were a gift, but the choreography was extraordinary. And I don't really enjoy Broadway. It takes quite a bit for me to really say a lot of nice things about a Broadway play. We talked about this last week.
We
Mhm.
did.
Well, we were talking more about musicals, but yeah.
No, it was a
Yeah.
musical. Well,
Yeah.
kind of
I would
wasn't a
assume
musical, I
so.
guess. I mean, the Smooth Criminal Dance, quite frankly, is like, and I wouldn't say that I'm somebody who really thinks about choreography at all, but the Smooth Criminal Dance is that'll get me every time. If anybody even knows what like the lean.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
liked that when I was a kid because he crushed a pool ball in his hand. I thought, I wish I was that tough. So I
Did he
tried
do
to
that in that video?
Yeah,
I guess
he
that's like
squeezed it and it
89.
turned it into powder.
I do not
Yeah.
remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
Not enough people talk about Michael Jackson's strength.
No,
Right.
they don't. I mean, how else would he have like been the guy in charge of everybody and beat it?
It's true.
Yeah. He beat him.
Even Eddie Van Halen was so scared he wasn't in the music video.
He beat them. You get it? No pun
Yeah.
intended.
I think pun was intended.
Yeah, it was. Sorry. I'm sorry. I love Michael. I love his
You know
music.
who I would like to see a play of? Janet. Janet deserves her own play. I love Janet.
She was great in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody deserves a play.
That was the best
Sure.
part of her and Justin.
We should have a play about the three of us, and it just leads into this conversation. And then hopefully something really amazing happens after this that'll make the lead up really, worthwhile.
At one point, I wrote a movie that was, it was a road trip, and it was Kermit the Frog, Yoda, but it was all puppets, so you could shoot it like in the car, and they were just on a road trip and talking about the things that they passed and whatnot. Yeah,
That's kind of like the Muppet movie, but maybe more car.
right.
And probably with your sense of humor, I imagine it not as much like the Muppet movie.
It did end in a car fire, so
Amazing.
and
Did it end
it's
in
implied. It's implied that all the puppets made it out, but their puppeteers did not.
Fantastic. I had a feeling something very meta like that would have been in there. I had a feeling, knowing you. If you could do some sort of combination of like Gone in 60 Seconds or, what's the name of the movie? There's an amazing movie, Vanishing Point. If you've ever seen that, it's like this weird 70s cult B movie.
I don't think I have.
It is literally just this guy who's like driving away from some police authority for reasons that is, I don't think, ever made clear. And there's a guy on the radio who is just saying what this guy is doing. Like he's driving away, he's staying away from the man, like stuff like that. And it is so weird. And it's not even that it's bad. It is just bizarre, but it's an enjoyable watch if you're doing something else at the same time, I think.
I tried watching a horror movie yesterday that was a foreign horror movie from the 70s. It was called Cake of Blood, is what it was called. And I can sit through some pretty bad 70s horror movies, but this one was especially bad, and I couldn't make it.
Cake of Blood.
Cake of Blood. Tubi has the best.
I've heard you talk about some of the movies that you watch, and the fact that you had trouble making it through a movie, that says a lot.
Yeah. Couldn't do it. Cake of Blood. But
let's write a sequel to that called Urinal Cake of Blood. I bet that would be really interesting.
Have you ever seen a movie called Street Trash?
I've never even heard of it, but it sounds great. I don't know if it sounds great, but
yeah, there's a lady who melts in a bathroom stall. It's pretty awesome.
that is interesting. There's a point in my life when I was definitely seeing a lot of like very bizarre, obscure, not necessarily great movies that had kind of like a cult thing, and then it just ended, I guess. That story really didn't go anywhere, but there's a really great movie that I think is probably fairly well known. That's a bunch of it's like Nazis on ice on like skis.
Yeah,
you know about that.
Blood Snow.
Yeah, Blood Snow. That's such a good title. My God.
I honestly did not think that anybody would say the sentence that Jay said, and then for Alan to be like, "Yeah, I know it."
It's a fairly well-known movie. It was on Netflix, at least for a while. So I think a lot of people just came across it and watched it that way.
Oh, I watched it way before it was on Netflix.
Well, I trust that was probably the case. You seem to be on top, like you're like on the zeitgeist for stuff like that.
Indie horror, sadly, I'm largely aware of.
I don't think that's sad.
I don't know if it's deserving of my affection, but it often has it.
That's fine. I had a friend like that, which is the reason why I was kind of aware of these things. And then, I moved away from his vicinity, so I didn't wind up watching a lot of these things with him. God bless you.
Thank you. Got a cold in here.
I was having a sneezing fit right before I came on, so I'm with you in spirit, even though my sneezing fit is
Yeah,
over.
when I get a little cold, I mean I'm fucking bundled up, but when it gets a little cold, I start sneezing.
Just the temperature, not when you have a cold.
No, I don't have a cold. It's just I was fine, but this room is like the coldest room in the whole house,
Wow.
and it's like it's warm. The heat is on, but it's like just like I don't know. It escapes somehow.
Heat
It's gotta be
is
like
on.
You got me before you got it before I did. I was gonna say, is it on the street? It's interesting, like people don't only sneeze because of like I've never heard of sneezing in the cold, but my mother has this thing in which if she has a large meal, she starts sneezing as an allergic reaction. And she said that once, and I thought she was like just making it up. But then I Googled it, and the affliction is actually called a sneezeitis.
Mm.
And that may sound like I made that up, but you can Google it because I looked this up in a restaurant when she made this claim that seemed quite dubious. And I tried to read it out loud because like my whole family was there. And I turned around and looked at my sister and started to say it out loud. And I just started laughing. And I couldn't make it through the explanation of a sneezeitis. And now my mother, anytime we're together, my mother has a bit like a meal larger than usual and starts sneezing. We all say sneezeitis, and it's just a lot of fun. It's very
If-
funny for my nieces and nephews.
If you ever feel a
It's kinda
sneeze
when you
coming
go
on,
outside.
and I was gonna say, if you ever feel a sneeze coming on and you don't want to lose it, like you don't want it to go away, just look up at a light, sun or just
Yeah.
any light, and it will cause you to finish that sneeze. So
I've
It
never
also
heard
helps
anybody say that they
It-
don't want
it
their
works every
sneeze to go
time.
away.
you look at the sky and think of corn. That's what you do.
The band.
well, for me, I have like a bad allergies and sinus things. So a lot of times after I sneeze, it like my sinuses completely open up. So
Gotcha.
yeah. If I feel one coming on, I'm like, I don't want to lose this thing. You just
It's
look
just
up at a
really
light.
funny
And
that you
boom.
say, I don't want to lose this sneeze.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't
a
waste
funny
it.
way of saying it.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to waste a sneeze.
It's true. I mean, I feel like I do the opposite because I always have to sneeze loudly in situations where it is not a place I want to, draw a ton of attention to myself. Like,
Well, then avoid
crowded
looking at
movie
light.
theaters, work.
Cover your eyes, Jay.
That's what
Look at
happens.
the sky.
No, I
Yes.
don't know. I'm just.
I just
It's
start
the
saying a
opposite
bunch
of
of
looking at a light.
Oh,
So
they say that like if somebody yells a bunch of weird words and it confuses you, the sneeze goes away. So then I start saying a bunch of crazy things to myself in my head until I laugh.
is that what that is when you do that?
No, I do that all the time anyway, but it's a good excuse to do it. And then I usually tell somebody exactly what just happened and what phrase I thought of. If I have someone to say it to. My poor child is subject to these things more often than not.
So
I think she can handle it.
You mentioned having a big meal and sneezing, and that's like a conditioned reaction. I have a weird one of those too that I had to look up because anytime I am in an old bookstore, I have to poop. But if you look it up, that's a real thing. Like that's a condition.
It's not
Specifically for bookstores.
It's the month,
yes,
right?
old books, old paper. Yeah.
So it's okay. So you could be in a room filled with old paper and not an old bookstore, and you would have to sneeze.
No, I'd have to poop.
That's right. As long as it's not just specifically a bookstore, because then I would not believe you. But it would be
Sneezing is largely more convenient.
Yeah, for sure.
I love old bookstores, even though I often wind up buying something I never need, like a glossary of slang from the 1930s that I will look at once and be like, this is great. And then, I never look at it again.
Right. I hate how close to done I am on this head, but the original model was painted very simply, and I'm actually upping the paint job from that. And it's got a nice wash on it now.
Nice.
I'll pick out some highlights and stuff, but
I'm still waiting for this hot glue to harden.
Really?
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I ended up using 2.5 sticks, so It's a
Wow.
lot of hot glue.
This is the hot glue show.
Yeah.
How much do you fill it with Vaseline first?
Oh no, I just covered the ball with that
Okay.
so that it still allows it to twist and inside.
I haven't done that in a while. The one that I showed you, I didn't use Vaseline on because it's just, I don't want that really to move.
Mhm.
So I forgot that you do it over the ball. That's right. Because that's how you do it with a neck.
Mhm.
Which is something, do you do that? Something I mean to do all the time and don't. Like with the head
If
sculpt.
I'm trying to get a pop fit, yeah. A lot of times I'll just use blue tack.
Yeah, I do. Well, I know about you and the blue tack. I have personal experience with it. It's in my house.
That's true. That
For
is true.
anybody who does not know, maybe you might be better to explain it. I'm going to do a quick version. So Curtis had a version of Otho that he gave away he did give away on his show, and I won it. And instead of using a neck from like any other Mythic Legions figure for his custom, he just had blue tack on it, just a mound of blue tack. And it's weird because you can't 100% see it. It kind of does work, but also, and it's a bishop, right? You use the blue tack
Yeah.
because you didn't want to like Dremel the bishop head, right?
Yeah,
I guess
because it was a
that's right.
Mezco Bishop, and I didn't know if I
Yeah.
was going to sell it at some point.
Right. So there is a good reason. But what he didn't realize is when he gave it to me it was at Legion's Con, he gave it to me for no reason that I understand. He's also holding like his arm is kind of like so the figure's arm is kind of like this, right? And there's just a giant another ball of blue tack there. Like he's just holding it like, he's so proud of this blue tack he's holding. And I mentioned that. I sent him a picture and I mentioned it. And he was like, he had no idea.
Yeah, that was not intentional.
This
I can
stuff
mail that back to you if
on.
you need it. I'll give it to you next Legion's Con if you're on a blue tack, since you didn't know it was there. All right, this is causing me problems. I can't believe that I ran out of primer. I was very annoyed that I ran out of primer because I needed it, because I had all this stuff I wanted to start, and I bought glossy primer.
Mm.
And I primed a bunch of stuff not knowing.
That sucks.
It'll be fine. Actually, this is not the first time this has happened to me, so. I've started to get in the habit of cleaning all my brushes immediately after using them. And, I've been, it's like my 6th or 7th year routinely making customs, and it's way too late in this time for me to have started that. You would think I've been doing this whole time.
It's not my favorite thing to do, but I definitely, after each paint session, I've got to clean my brushes.
I don't do that.
I do it for dry brushes only. I should make that clear. Because I really, if I'm dry brushing, it'll really get in there. And I ruin dry brushes very fast, especially the flat ones. And I like the flat ones for certain types of surfaces, and I get really annoyed when I don't have one. So this has extended the life of all of these dry brushes, like months. That's the end. That sentence, probably could have had more words, but it didn't.
Could
I
have.
don't know what. Let's see. It's going to work for this one. I'm making a dwarf. And I'm also making I'm going to do just a straight chromatic vampire. So since they're already all white, that's where it is now. I'll probably fill in. This is the this isn't the Legendary Barbarian. It's actually the Legion's Con exclusive. I forget which one it is, but so it's got a lot of that. What's the word I'm looking for? Texture in the flesh. So I don't want to do too much paint on it. I got to figure out how I want to finish that up.
It's a Armory Experience.
No, it's from the sorry, yes, the top is from the Armory Experience, and then the bottom is from the Legion's Con exclusive from 2 years ago.
Ah, gotcha.
The monk.
Hmm.
So I'm going to have I think I'm gonna have a wind up with a. I don't remember because this is kind of late last night. I started putting this together, but I guess it's gonna be like a monk vampire, and then it's going to be a dwarf that I think is going to be like also a caster. Like I don't know if I'm really using that phrase right. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
It's got 2 different dwarf heads I'm thinking about using. This one, which is kind of part of the way there as far as the lining is concerned, and then this one, which is freaking like enormous. This is a crazy enormous head sculpt that if I were to put it on, this is like half dwarf parts here. It is like that.
Gotcha.
That's a massive head sculpt. Wow.
Yeah, no. It's a Morway did it. Morway. I never know if I'm saying his name right, but a lot of people have painted this and done an amazing job. And something happened when I was working on it that I got kind of like stuck and frustrated. So I think if I did a neon gradient on it, it would come out really cool, and just blackline it because it's got these. You can't see it here, but it's got really cool like I'll dry brush it and you'll see. It's got a little candle in there. It's pretty cool sculpt.
Cool.
Here's where I'm at on this guy.
Nice.
Wow, that's really great looking.
Coming along.
Yeah, I was very happy with how it turned out. I sculpted the head in 5-minute epoxy. The epoxy clay.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Well, this guy was the base.
Which good.
I dremeled his mouth away so I could open it up, and sculpted all of the bits with the just this 5-minute like steel stick epoxy putty.
That's what I was going to ask. What kind of epoxy you were using?
Yeah, I like that stuff. It's so fast. As long as you do it in parts and you work from back to front, it works really good.
Yeah, so real quickly, this is what I was talking about with the detail here on the things in the beard. So I think if this is all neon, kind of like this, and then this is black lines, should look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Your work is crazy. You think so different than I do, and I love that.
Thank you. I mean, your work is crazy because you're able to sculpt that on your own, which I wish that's just, I mean, maybe one day I'll try to really jump into stuff like that. But, you know, all of my attempts at sculpting have been, I once made a mohawk that looked pretty good on a Watcher head from the Disney build, from the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. And I made a beard once on a Deadpool that looked pretty good. And I've never done anything else that came out well.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I did either of those two things.
Sculpting hair helps you kind of hide your crimes a little bit.
Yes, that is exactly what I do. Every time I rob a bank, I sculpt some hair.
Right.
So sorry for that joke. But you know, I know what you mean. It's a lot easier to sculpt hair.
Well,
I got a kick out of the joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke. If you're making a monster, then you want, like, if it's covered in fur, you're like, yes, because, you know, all your scenes are going to be hidden and all that. So,
yeah.
All right, little brush, you got to do a couple more colors for me, and then you can rest.
It's like you're talking to the little engine that could, but your brush.
Well, this is I bought right away because I know I'm not good to brushes. I bought 3 packs of Curtis's brushes, and I'm still on the first pack. I haven't had to open the second pack.
Wow.
Which I'm shocked because I'm taking care of these better because I know who made them.
So I I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
You were going right ahead.
So I, leading up to Legion's Con, because I was gonna have things on display, which was like kind of, I didn't realize how many things I would have the chance to have on display until kind of fairly close to Legion's Con. And I got kind of excited and then overzealous, and I made a ton of customs in a short period of time, and I wrecked Curtis's brushes to the point that I was like, before Legion's Con, because I just like, it was just like all I was doing was getting those done. And when something like that happens, it's not the first time in my life I've just like manically gone through like a ton of customs. The brushes get wrecked. There's just no way that I'm going to take care of them. It's kind of my personality. It's not the best thing. So I was like, one of the first things I'm buying at Legion's Con is more brushes before they're gone. And these have lasted much longer, partially because I clean them. And I really like the dry brushes because, I kind of mix the traditional flat and the ones that are a bit, I don't know what you would call these other than the ones that are more like a makeup brush. But a lot of the ones that are like a makeup brush, I have one right in front of me. They're very soft. The bristles are very, very soft, right? Like that. And this is still soft. Like but it's got less give, I guess, is the best way I could describe it.
It's got some stiffness to it.
Yeah, without being hard. So, it's got some stiffness to it without being hard is exactly what we just said. But it's very useful, especially for certain types of sculpts that I would not use a brush like that for. Because I use brushes like this more often than not for like fabric, and this kind of is a little bit more versatile.
These 1-inch chip brushes, I bet I have gone through 20,000 of these in my life, if not more. These are really big for action figure stuff. Now I can dry brush a troll with it, but these are my favorite brushes for dry brushing, like masks and stuff.
Really? I still really love the flat brushes. I don't know. Depends on what I'm doing. Like this, for me, like Curtis's now, see the Curtis's brushes, because they have they're a little bit stiffer, would work very well on this. I just think that I try to do like sideways here. And if me personally, I'm doing this so absent-mindedly that I would get into the crevices, I think, just the same if I was using that kind of a brush. But I'm probably going to go back over it in the end when I'm not talking and use that brush just to get the raised parts a little bit better.
Yeah, I try to go across whatever the texture is as opposed to with it.
Right. So that's the thing about like a really large, well, the thing is I'll press down too hard and not realize if I'm not fully paying attention, but like a really large flat dry brush like this one, you can just do it straight, like completely sideways, and that'll work. And because I want to pin line this, I really don't want to mess it up and get this, get the sculpt screwed up.
Yeah,
Curtis, you said you're going to have smaller or larger dry brushes next run. I can't remember what you had said.
Curtis is muted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. I was sitting there talking too. I was like, these guys are just ignoring me. Yes, I will have. So the current set has a number 4 and a number 5 dry brush. The new set is going to have a 2, 4, and 6.
Awesome.
So the 5 will go away, but so you'll have a bigger one than the 5 currently, and then you'll have a smaller one than the 4.
I think that is, wait, so 2, 5, and 6 is what you said?
2, 4, 6.
Yeah, that's that makes sense because these are kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
That would really cover all the bases really nicely.
That was the goal. Yeah.
Very wise.
Yeah. Well, I've got to. I've been told I need to set up an LLC, which I don't know anything about doing that, and then I also need to work to get a UPC for it, which is another thing. So I've got some work that I can do before I can even go into production. and I'm not sure exactly where to start with that. So
Do your LLC through LegalZoom. It's a good way to go.
Did you say Legal Zoo?
LegalZoom.
That
Yeah.
sounds a lot more.
is it just like a form thing that you fill out and
Pretty much, yes. And then they do a lot of the registering of this with the state and stuff for you.
gotcha? Okay.
Yeah, Legal Zoo doesn't sound like something you'd want to go with.
No.
Illegal zoo sounds like
A zoo
let's
I
go
don't
to
want to
China
go
to
to.
go to the illegal zoo. It'd be great. I want to see a panda with 3 arms.
Well,
Legal
That could
zoo
be
sounds
interesting.
like when you can't even afford a public defender, and so they got to give you like an orangutan.
Or like Running Man, you have to go perform something.
Yeah.
I do think they do give you an orangutan these days. It's-
I wish.
Alan would be getting in trouble all the time.
I was gonna say. I
no,
was trying to figure out how to start that joke. All right, so these are 2 heads.
Jaywalking again.
Yeah.
Well, that's my crime. You
That's
can't say
true.
that one.
All the time you're jaywalking.
Oh my God, you've no idea how many times that joke has been made about me.
Because your name is Jay.
That's
I get
that. Yeah, that's the thing.
No. The thing is that sometimes you make friends with people and they're not that clever. So they settle on the low-hanging fruit and they don't let go of it. And I had another head I wanted to work on, I think. Question mark.
We had the artist formerly known as Twizzler19 jumped in. Says, "Hey everyone, I can't stick around, but wanted to stop in and say hello." Well, hello. And then we had Jeffrey Evans says, "Swinging by. Hi, hello, howdy."
Hey
Back to
guys. Oh, you know what? I don't know if Blake's still here.
I don't think so.
Because he had once said something about me making a one of the my God, my brain is really fried right now because I was up so late. Ox Crew figures in a like a Space Marine style.
Mm-hmm.
And I did finish and post one last night, but it's like girly pop Space Marine, so I don't know if that's up his alley. I had it a second ago. Thought
He's probably getting ready for that foosball game today.
that's right, foosball.
Yeah.
It's like Cheers Kramer versus Kramer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I hate Kramer.
For a second, Curtis, I was excited because I love the game foosball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that you were talking about football. And I got less excited.
I would much rather watch Olympic curling tonight. That's my jam. I love curling.
I like the idea of curling. There's only so much I could really sit and watch it. I don't really Olympics don't excite me. I don't know.
I have a buddy that lives up in Canada, and he said like in their gym class in like high school, they got to do curling like as a normal thing. I was like, that would have been fucking cool.
That is amazing.
I just had like basketball and baseball and all that boring shit.
Oh, I did too. But then when I was a senior, we took something called Net Sports, which was gym for slackers and stoners. And so Net Sports was volleyball, which was the hardest thing we did, and tennis. And tennis was only when it was warm out because there were tennis courts. And badminton, which was so much fun. I mean, I was kind of good at badminton, honestly. But what we did when we were at the tennis courts, my gym teacher was like this old deadhead who like literally would take attendance and like stop paying attention to what was going on. And we would just pool like money together and just hit all of the balls into the parking lot and see the first person that set off a car alarm got the pool of money.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just like really like low-key degenerates, like not that degenerate, but a little bit.
We had a gym teacher that was also our like woodshop class teacher.
That's right.
And at one point, I don't know why they kept letting him be the woodshop teacher, because at one point he on the jigsaw like cut off half his thumb. so they did a skin graft on his thumb, and they pulled the skin from his stomach. I guess they like took it from his stomach area to put on his thumb.
God.
But he had a really hairy stomach, and so his thumb would grow hair on the one side of it, and then he would have to shave it. And so he would just be sitting in his office shaving his thumb, and you would like walk in to ask a question and stuff, and he would just be regularly shaving his thumb.
That is wild. I wouldn't
I
have
want-
thought that that was possible.
I want to let you know that no student should know how hairy their teacher's stomach is.
Well, the only reason we knew is because we always caught him shaving his thumb, and we asked him why, and that was the
Why was he
explanation.
doing it? Like, how
Yeah.
fast did it grow that he had to do it in his office all the time?
I mean, he was having to shave it probably a couple times a week.
But why didn't he do it at home?
I don't know. He just had, and it was like one of those like cheap disposable razors, and he was just, I mean, it wasn't like he was pulling out shaving cream or anything. He was just dry shaving it at his desk.
I don't like that.
That's insane.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't like the idea of part of my, like, I'm imagining being my thumb and part of my thumb growing hair, and it is really weirding me out. Not in the sense that it's gross, it just feels unnatural.
Well, let that be a lesson to anybody. If you do need to get a skin graft, make sure you pay attention to where they're pulling it from. So
I'm going to try to avoid getting a skin graft. In general, those kind of things gross me out so much that I don't want to think about it. I'm very, very like queasy about like medicine stuff, which is medicine stuff. Terrible way to put it. Like, I can't watch a doctor show without getting nauseous. Like House.
this is the high quality conversation that people tune in for, by the way.
We
I would
used to eat at a Chinese restaurant, a buffet, who routinely had the surgery channel on a big screen TV in their room, and I'm like, this. Oh, okay.
Oh, I found it.
It was good food.
So I've been like really into.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna-
God. Kyle just said an orangutan broke out of its enclosure just to throw rocks at another orangutan that it hated.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, sorry, Jay.
I was really confused.
We did talk about orangutans earlier.
Yeah.
I know. I thought maybe he worked at a zoo and that was what was going on. So there's this style of like in Warhammer painting. I'm just going to talk about painting again. I'm so sorry. I'll make it quick so we can talk about nonsense. That's
No.
called girly pop. And girly pop is, I don't know if I'm holding this, like, the way my camera is
Yep,
set.
we could see it.
All right. So girly pop is a bunch of, it's like I think mostly British creators. It's a bunch of women, or primarily the account that I follow. And what they do is everything is very, very, very pink, obviously, but the army they do is, and I know some things about Warhammer, but not a ton. But Emperor's Children is one of the armies, which is why Emperor's Children pink is this like
Yep.
very pink. And so they all do Emperor's Children, to my knowledge, and most of them do. And so all their figures are very, very pink, but also covered in glitter and like gemstones. And the
Yeah.
bases have you seen that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I've been following a bunch of accounts that do it, but then I'm seeing it more and more. And so I thought, like, why am I not doing something like that on a figure? So this one I'm probably not going to add anything to, but I started a few pink figures, and I think I have to order some like glitter that, or what's it called? The word that begins with an H that I can't think of. Holographic glitter.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
really cool looking and like kind of like a color shift and see what happens.
I don't like how Alan said, of course, as if we all should have heard of that. Because I
Oh.
have not. So
I didn't think that was intended. I thought he was just talking about his own knowledge.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I've heard of it.
So I also
Here's-
have this lady.
Alan's more well-rounded than the rest of us.
Listen, man, there's so much that you can learn from following like people who do like miniature painting.
Yep.
The Warhammer community, Heresy for Heretics, is probably the account that I get so many ideas from him, and he's pretty funny guy who makes mom jokes in the middle of every single instructional video.
I like Grimdark.
What is it?
Grimdark.
Is that spelled the way you would assume? Like that would be spelled?
Yeah,
I'll
really
look into
good
that.
stuff.
Cool. So I did this, which I'm not going to girly pop, and then I just last night got kind of not done with, but towards the end of this, because I wanted to do an actual like mythic custom. No pun or reference intended, but so this is coming out all right. I got to change the legs.
Cool.
But I'm enjoying the and I did a man. I don't know where that one is, but there's a male figure that I have half the torso done, also super pink.
Have you heard of the movie Midsommar?
I've heard of playing Midsummer Night's Dream.
No, Midsommar. It's like a European cult movie, kind of. But it really kind of reinvigorated / started pastel horror. And pastel horror is what kind of merged into girly pop.
Pastel horror is a genre?
Yes.
That is fascinating. I'm going to tell you something.
Is it just what it sounds like?
Yes.
What does that mean? What does it sound like, though? Like, are people bleed pastel colors? Like, I don't really understand. Or is it just
just your color palette is in the pastels? It's your normal horror is high contrast. It's it's bright reds. It's pretty saturated. And pastel horror is more desaturated, a lot of pastel tones in the background, in the lighting, in the costuming. So
super interesting.
It's like Easter horror.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you watch the horror movie Midsommar, it's like the last scene. Well, one of the big scenes is one of the people they're draped in this big flowery robe. And it's all these pastel colored flowers, but the scene is horrible. So it's this nice juxtaposition of beauty and death, horror. There's also a real popular series of art, a style of art, which is skeletons with flowers all around them. Like new growth flowers, like growing out of the ground. Really beautiful. But it's that juxtaposition of beauty and life and decay and whatnot. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I hate pastel as a color way. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday because I also really love doing black and white, and it's like everything that I make is as chromatic as possible or totally monochromatic.
Right.
We were joking about that, and that's the end of my story. I really hate pastels though. Like I don't know. It's like an aesthetic that bothers me. Like if I'm in a room that's very, very pastel or all pastel art, I can't. That's why I don't like Monet. One reason I don't like Monet.
One of my creative admins, her name is Stacy, and she works with me. She's really into pastel horror and girly pop, and so
it's interesting.
That helps me keep abreast of things.
The girly pop, like some of the people who do that, like Bubblegum Angels is the one that account is the one I found out about it from. That was my first introduction into it. And there's one that I had found a few weeks back. And I can't think of the name of the account, so it's not that useful, but her stuff is amazing. And it's very, very, very saturated. And she does a lot of stuff that is not just pink, but she did these miniatures, kind of what you're talking about. She did some, like, I don't know, is it Necro something? Is the army?
Necron.
She did them, yeah, but she did them all in green, and she did it actually sort of like reverse in the sense that it looked like growth, I guess, but it's not pastel. It's ultra saturated greens and like some flowers on it. Really cool. And then she did a bunch of, they were hilarious looking. She did a bunch of figures or miniatures that she did like birthday cakes. She added like balloons onto them coming up that she, I guess, had made. And then the guns were shooting out like confetti.
Yeah.
And that was so incredibly cool to me because it was like, that's so insanely unique. And, I'm going to definitely, that's the kind of thing where a lot of the ideas I get come from stuff like that. Or, I don't want to copy it exactly, but.
Yeah, but that's an aesthetic that you can apply to different things.
Right. I mean, I kind of want to make a birthday cake, Mythic Legions figure, but I don't know that I will.
See, I'm not that brave. Like that's so awesome.
Why not though? I mean, it's funny because I think it makes it harder. I think it makes it harder for me to sell things sometimes because people are like, wow, that's so different and cool. But then like they don't necessarily want it in their collection. I don't know if that's true. But I don't know. I think like it's my personality, maybe, just to think like, oh, here's a boundary. I'm interested in the possibility that I can just break it. If people are going to be like super, like the girly pop movement, they get so much hatred that I see them posting comments they get from like kind of crazy super
Angry
masculine Warhammer dudes,
Yeah.
and it's just like I love that they don't care and they like post it and make fun of it and kind of persevere through that because like that's great. But also like it makes me kind of want to be antagonistic a little bit and do the same, except for in our community, nobody really is judgmental about that, which is great.
Yeah.
I have a problem with my personality like that though, and that's kind of it's why I didn't fit in the G.I. Joe classified community in the end,
What's interesting to me though is every time I see your work, I'm like, I really wish you would take on like the whole Toxic Trooper G.I. Joe stuff. I'm not a G.I. Joe fan, but the black light stuff that they did, the real neon stuff they did in the 90s, like
I've done it.
Like you would kill it.
I've done it. I have a this is going back to like 2000 and I don't know, 2001 to maybe 2003. I had come up with this crazy universe that because I love the Prophet Director Destro, which is really not called that. That's the Pimp Daddy Destro figure. I didn't know the history of it because I, like had not been collecting figures at all for years. But so when they dropped that figure, it was so insane that I had to read all about it. And it's actually a really interesting story, but also just the idea of it was really inspiring to me. That's kind of where I got weird. So, because I had just been doing customs of figures that hadn't been made, like the weirdest, I had done some characters I really liked that I knew would never get made, like DJ and like Ice Cream Soldier, which is the stupidest freaking character ever. But and I love DJ. He's one of my favorite G.I. Joe figures. And I did like all the Ninja Force figures, like Bonsai, who is very, very pink. I love Bonsai and Spider Paint. But anyway, so I wound up deciding let me do a like a Cobra Trooper to match the Pimp Daddy Destro figure because why not? And that was the first time I paint matched something correctly. So I did that, and then I took a picture of the both of them with microphones and the gold boombox that came with one of the Gomez's I had.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody in my comments was like, "That's Gold Slither," like instead of Cold Slither, and that was very funny. So then I started thinking of like lore that could be a rap group with him and an entourage. And then I was like, I don't really 100% know how this happened. It's so long ago, but I wound up writing like 2 years of plot in which every figure was part of this plot, where it took place in like around 2001. Destro realizes that his job of kind of like war profiteering is not cool anymore because it's really kind of what the US government has been doing. Like, and this is not me being political, it's just the military industrial complex, it's like the nature of it. It's not Republican or Democrat. So it's not cool because they're like government's doing it. Like, how could he be? And he wants to do something cool. So he decides to put a crew together, and it was really influenced by like Entourage and like the book The Dirt and like hip hop culture and all of this stuff that made no sense for G.I. Joes. And it was called Gold Slaughter. and because Destro's head is gold, and well, the Pimp Daddy Destro's head was gold, and
Mhm.
so every figure I did was a lot of pink and a lot of gold. And for years, and I made up characters, and then I took GI Joe characters and I added them in, and then I had like a subgroup of like actual like good guys that had had rebelled and had formed their own group, rather than staying GI Joe, because I kind of always hated Duke and like him being a hero. He's like Cyclops to me, like very boring. It was led by Snake Eyes and Scarlet and Storm Shadow, and it was like a very involved lore. But then I also had gotten in. Then there was a subgroup that was a bunch of like very toxic 90s. So this comes back full circle. I really got into that aesthetic for a while using. I mean, all I used for it was really. I still love this paint. Is the Citadel Tesseract Glow, which is what I use for. I use that for Scaphoid as a base. I just don't love green as much, but people love green.
So, in my mind, Benny has been talking to us this whole time, super involved in the conversation, adding tidbits, adding insight. He's just on mute, so we can't hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually muted Benny a little bit ago because he was opening packaging.
Exactly.
And I figured he would just unmute himself when he was ready.
Nobody's hearing me.
Benny was in sound jail.
Yeah,
I was
like, well, whenever he wants to talk, he'll unmute himself, and then he never did.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, I was like, Curtis must have muted me. I was like, I'm sorry.
Alan, this is really quickly. This is a missing.
Here you go, Alan.
This is the Road Pig version 2, which is one of my favorite.
Look at those.
Shows. I love Road Pig version. I love all the version 2s because they were like, I think they were trying to compete with Ninja Turtles and get like super colorful.
What character are you holding up, Benny?
This is a Toxic Viper. This is a color change Toxic Echo Warrior. Toxo Zombie.
I did a custom of one of those. It didn't come out great.
It's this is from Japan. Actually, from Japan. This is see the back.
Is that original? Or is that a 25th anniversary?
Yeah, it's original from Japan. Original. Sealed.
Oh my god, man, that is so cool. I love that figure. That's when they started getting weird. I used the Marvel Legends.
Curtis got me in the mood to look through my old stash, so I was popping up some of my like Spider-Mans, and these are like from like Toy Biz.
Man,
this from 94.
Dude, there's nothing that I have more nostalgia for than GI Joes old GI Joes in packaging, but I don't own any.
I have a lot of GI Joes in packaging.
That's really cool.
I just on my desk found a dry brush that I didn't know was there and had been used, and I didn't clean it, and I have no idea how long it's been sitting there, but it is like hard as a rock. So,
Curtis, you got to take care of your practice. How many times have I told you?
I normally do a pretty good job, but this one was just, I guess it got lost in the shuffle. So I've got this Joe Sonia brush soap and conditioner that does a good job of breaking that up. So we'll see if it'll help me bring that brush back. But right now it is like solid.
I'm using pink soap right now on mine.
Really?
Nice.
I use this. I don't even remember what it's called, and I can't see it.
Masters.
Yeah, and
yeah, that's what I use mostly.
The Winsor and Newton, but this stuff will kill. This stuff will kill you. You gotta be really careful with that because it will strip the actual this.
And they don't make it anymore because that's the old formula.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they've got a new one now that just says brush cleaner. It's not restorer. Yeah.
So wait, Benny, I'm interested
I didn't
in
know these Warhammer. Say again?
No, go ahead. About the
No,
Warhammer.
I didn't know these Warhammer. These are the ones I was looking for last time, Curtis. I wanted to like repaint one, and I
Oh,
found
yeah,
a
yeah.
box full of them upstairs. I didn't know they were so articulated. These freaking things.
The McFarlane ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot actually.
I mean, look at this bend on the knee.
Yeah, I did a few of those as
What were you saying about?
No, I did a few of those as Battle Android Troopers because I turned every robot I could into Battle Android Trooper for a while, and those are also not that difficult to like. You don't have to do a lot of prep work on those actually, even with all that articulation. I had one I was working on and I never finished it. That actually, but I was curious about what other Joes you have in packaging.
Oh, I have a bunch. I will have to like send you pictures of the stuff that I have. I have a bunch of it is upstairs in my storage in the attic. I have a bunch of.
Well, what are your favorites?
I have so much stuff in packages upstairs. Well, my favorite are Battle Android Troopers. One of my favorites. Them, Ally Vipers. I love more the Cobra.
Yes, Cobra's much cooler.
You know.
Yeah.
But I have everything. I have like Seal Snake Eyes. I have a bunch of different.
Wow.
That's because the
I have a
bad
bunch
guys
of them
are always
open
cooler.
as well, but
bad guys are always cool, but really, especially in G.I. Joe, like the good guys in
Yeah.
G.I. Joe are really, really, really uncool. I think that's like the crew cut thing. They just remind me of gym teachers. Like Duke could have been my gym teacher.
I think maybe because the Cobras are always in uniform.
Yeah.
It makes sense. G.I. Joes are like a bunch of like rented cops. Like everybody has their own clothes. Nobody has like
Yeah.
uniform.
Well, Cobra also has a really great iconic logo. That's like G.I. Joe doesn't. G.I. Joe, they've gone through a bunch of logos for the actual Joes, and none of them are really terribly iconic. That would be on the figure. Like the
I
logo
think-
on the packaging is different, but
I think my favorite overall, like all Cobra, would be the Dreadnoughts. Would be my favorite.
oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Man,
the Dreadnoughts they were always my favorite.
I did a custom of every Dreadnought. I did so many Joe customs back in the day, and some of the Dreadnought customs are still hold up. A lot of the Joe customs I did are freaking horrible, but that was when I first started customizing. I mean, that line I personally found like really inspiring because it was very I can't think of the word now. It was very easy to like not exactly pop and swap, but for a brand that isn't Legions, it's probably one of the easier brands to pop and swap ish. Because it's just such a it's a word I can't think of. I don't know, whatever.
Modular.
Thank you very much. It's modular, especially the first, it's a little bit less so over time, but the first group of them was really easy to do that with. And the sculpting, I had just been doing Marvel Legends so much at the time, and the sculpting was great because you had actual clothes rather than just like musculature. Really loved that line. I haven't bought one in a long time, but
You know what's cool about a Cyclops, Curtis?
Nothing.
Only one eye.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And yeah, you're talking about a Cyclops like a troll monster. I was thinking the X-Men Cyclops, and there's nothing cool about him.
there is nothing cool
never
about him,
refer-
man. He is the worst.
I never refer to cut clubs.
They almost made him cool for X-Men 97, though. There was that one scene where he had that great landing. But overall, he is the worst main character. I hate Cyclops so much.
But I think they need him to be bad like that.
I know that, but it doesn't make me, it does still he still aggravates me. The only character that I find more aggravating than him that is very popular is Batman. And also the Joker. I'm not a fan of either. But
One thing that irks me is when people give Cyclops shit, but then they're Leonardo fans, and I'm like, it's the same character.
Yes. And
It's
they're
the same.
always this.
Yeah.
See, but usually I think those people are the same. They're fans of both.
Yeah.
it's a certain type of person, and this type of person at a very, very young age always wanted to be like a boss in a company.
Yeah. Or like, I feel like they're holier than thou, like
Yeah.
they're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
You want to be
You
dad's
should
favorite.
listen. You should listen to me because I'm the one that does everything right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just also just like anti-heroes are more interesting. They're more interesting than villains, really.
Well, they're more believable.
Right. Well, some of them, like really the ones that are really very, very, very intensely anti-hero, I still really love. But yeah, I mean,
Like I give Superman a pass for being a Boy Scout because he's, he's an alien and he's trying to, fit in, and he's, he feels an obligation to kind of look over, mankind. So I
sure.
give him a little bit of a pass, but yeah, any of those kind of goody two shoes, type characters, not a huge fan of.
I give Captain America a pass too because he's like
Yeah,
symbolic of something, right?
correct. Yeah.
And I do think so. Superman is a character that I feel like I'm not really that into DC, and I doubt he would be one of my favorite characters, but I generally feel like people who their favorite character is either Captain America or Superman generally are very wholesome people.
Mm.
Except for you probably, but
But they're also pretty lame.
I don't know. It depends. I like Captain America. Captain America's had a lot of great, storylines in which he was not doing what everybody thought, was the right thing to do, but it was the right thing to do. That didn't sound right. He went against the government and what the government, like the Civil War and stuff, that what he did in the actual comic was much more rebellious than
They're
the
also
movie.
the same people that their favorite Masters of the Universe character is He-Man. Like,
But
yeah, there's so many better options.
well, it's the
Yeah.
same thing with the Harry Potter. Harry Potter is actually the least interesting character in those books, and I don't know how many people are into those books, but I love Harry Potter very much, and he is the worst.
But you need him to be the fish out of water so that the
I get
story
it.
can
I
be
know.
explained to you.
But it's just so much like, oh, woe is me. Why do I
Oh.
have to have so much attention? He's just not, he doesn't really have much of a sense of humor. That's the problem with all those characters to me. They don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I get that the setup of Batman is like Batman doesn't have a sense of humor, so his natural enemy is the Joker. But that's actually, to me, the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Explain as you would a child.
What do you mean? Like,
I
break
mean,
that down?
Yeah.
Well, like, it's so dumb. Like, what? It's not a good. There's a lot of reasons to have like a main enemy of like another character. Like, but like one with a sense of humor and one without a sense of humor is not a natural reason to have like that much antagonism. I know it's not everything. It's a piece of it, but it's like I just think it's a very. I mean, first of all, I hate clowns a lot. I find the Joker really annoying. Like the Joker is not. I don't think the Joker's very intimidating or scary. I think he's kind of ridiculous. I know that in modern comics they make him kind of like, less so, but the whole idea of the Joker is so dumb. He's like this criminal mastermind that's just a freaking clown. He had one bad day. Like the whole thing is just I can't. It drives me crazy. Except for the Heath Ledger Joker, that was really great. But
the thing that bothers me about Batman is when he actually works with the police, because it's like he's still a vigilante. He's breaking the law.
right.
It's just like, but for some reason his breaking the law is better than somebody else's breaking the law.
Right.
Yeah.
It's acceptable.
Yeah. My thing is like you have two characters that essentially had the same traumatic background, and one of them is Spider-Man and one of them is Batman, right?
Mhm.
And so, I mean, yeah, Spider-Man has powers or whatever, but Spider-Man laughs and his life is much worse. It continues to be much worse. Spider-Man's life is so tragic consistently, it's actually wild. But he still finds like a sense of humor. And that is
But
very human.
but he did also have his aunt and uncle raise him, which still was kind of a wholesome family environment, whereas Batman did not have that. He just had his butler. So,
But he didn't have his uncle raise him because his uncle died, and it's his fault that his uncle died.
but his uncle didn't die until he became Spider-Man. At that point, he's already kind of
Sure.
developed his personality as
so.
far as who he is.
All right, that's fair.
But the one thing that, like, and I didn't even think of this till, I don't know, a few years back, but it's like, if you tried to think, because there's people that say, oh, well, you know, you could be Batman, right? Like, if you had enough money, you could be Batman. And if you think about that, like, if all of a sudden this guy started fighting crime, right? And you're like, okay, well, he's doing something the police can't, whatever. But then he just starts showing up with like a young kid that he's also
Right.
putting into danger,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And then every few years that kid just disappears, and then there's
Right.
another kid,
Right.
and nobody asks questions. Nobody's like, hey, where's he finding these boys? And what happened to the last one? Like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And also, just like, here's the thing that bothers me. That's
You're trying to
kind
say
of-
Batman has his own
sorry.
island?
I listen, I don't know what Batman's got going on. I just think people should be asking more questions.
Yeah.
You
You know what?
you know, Gordon should at least be like, "Hey, what's the deal with the boy?" You know.
I saw something online.
I think
That is one-
Gordon's part of it.
Yeah, he is.
Gordon's in the Batman files.
Yeah, Batman files.
Batman files got released, and Gordon's name's on it.
Do you know what I saw this thing online? And somebody said, if I came from the past or another planet, and you told me that there was a character who had no skills, no superpowers whatsoever, but did a ton of things that no human should get away with and survive, and just had technology and jumped off buildings and did all of these things just like for thrills.
Mhm.
And then there was another character who relied on echolocation because he was blind. And you told me then after that which one was called Batman and which one was called Daredevil, I would punch you in the face.
Yeah. I
Which
can
is,
see that.
to date, is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on Instagram. They're both very, I don't know, I don't like characters who just have that as the word I'm looking for that I'm losing. Whatever.
I think it's the whole Batman Joker thing. The reason why I do find it interesting is that they both feel like that society needs to be different. They have a different idea of what it should be, and they go about doing it. And somehow Batman feels like he's justified in what he does, but Joker's very wrong in what he does. And it's like you're the same person, really. When you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I see that. I don't. Again, like my understanding of of Joker is kind of limited, and my annoyance with him is kind of just on the very. It's like more the creation of it than the storyline, as you're saying. Like it's just
Mhm.
the notion of creating a character that he's the opposite of the hero because he jokes too much.
I don't
And
think
the
he's
hero
the
doesn't joke.
opposite. I think he's the definition of chaos.
Right.
And that presents an obstacle for the quote unquote hero.
Well, that
So,
makes sense. But the
Right.
idea that one is a clown and one is the most serious person in the world, which is, I think, to me, is part of like that conceit, drives me insane. That's
Hmm.
just me. I mean, I don't know, man. Like most people love Batman, so you shouldn't take anything I say that seriously. I'm not
Well,
trying to yuck anybody's yum.
it also kind of depends on the version that you're looking at, because there's a lot of versions where, you know, Batman is kind of putting on that face when he's that character, but then when he's Bruce Wayne, he is a completely different person. So
You know what's
he's
wild
not
about
super serious.
Yeah. What's wild though at DC Comics is there are so many different universes and they all revolve around Batman, who is a character with no powers. And that is so weird because if there are so many different universes, you would think some sort of cosmic character would be. I guess they do that with Iron Man a little bit, but like, is DC so top heavy?
I think the reason that is that he's somewhat relatable. Like no kid grows up thinking I could be Superman, right? Like that could happen. You weren't born on Krypton. But if I got rich enough, I could be Batman. Like that's a thought that, you know, goes through people's head. So I think that's why he ends up being so important to that world, because people can relate to that character.
Alan, that troll head looks amazing.
Thank you.
Really great.
I'm about to pop him onto a troll body here.
I'm excited to see that.
Noise.
Benny, what's your take on Batman?
Quick, mute him, Curtis.
Say it again.
What's your take on Batman?
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman's awesome,
Thumbs
man.
up, thumbs
I
down.
think thumbs up. I
That's
like
what most
Batman.
people say.
I have a few Batmans in mind. Say again.
So that is what most people say.
Mm-hmm.
Cheney.
Yeah, I like Batman.
Do you know who my favorite Batman was?
I mean,
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
Yeah, the Lego Batman movie, he was great.
Yeah. The one that voiced the voice for it.
Yeah. I like to,
Lego
that's
Batman.
something I say to aggravate Batman fans sometimes. But
Yeah, I don't want to kick you out of the stream, but I will if I need to.
Well, first of all, that movie was amazing. In the Lego movie, there's a part where he's like, this is a song I wrote, and he puts the song on, and he's like, darkness, dead parents, and that's the whole song. Funny to me, anyway. All right, well,
Well,
that
I mean,
joke didn't fly at all.
I'm not saying the Lego Batman movie was bad, but it's no Keaton Batman.
No,
So,
I mean, I
just saying.
I liked the Keaton Batman when I was a kid.
you have to respect Keaton Batman because of the genre he started.
Mm. Well, between him and Burton.
Yeah, like I don't like the Saw movies, but they started a new trend in morality horror, you know.
Is anybody getting a lot of distortion?
I'm not, but I did get that last week. I had to log out and back in. Oh, now I'm getting it.
Me too. I hear it.
All right. I'm gonna mute and you guys talk and see if it still happens.
Okay. So it happened immediately as soon as he muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay,
so
are you frozen?
Yeah,
I think Jay is frozen.
he might be, and I don't hear
Hey
it
Jay,
now.
you there?
It might have been Jay. He might have been having some issues.
He probably got frozen, and on the way out, it probably made that noise or something.
I think the internet didn't like his take on Batman and just shut him down.
Curtis, what did you do, Curtis?
The internet
Curtis,
said you're
like,
out of here.
Curtis hit the what's that button called? Like when
Eject
you're in the
button.
Batmobile,
Yeah,
the eject button.
Yeah. You're out of
Eject
here,
button.
buddy. Will Arnett. You're
I'll
gone.
show you, Lego Batman.
Yeah. See if Will Arnett can save you now.
I haven't seen the Lego Batman movie.
I think I watched it with my son when he was young.
You see, I don't have children, and I don't watch a
Yeah.
lot of stuff like made for children because I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm a man that plays with children's toys.
No, let's be honest. None of these toys are made for children.
Oh.
Mythic
They say they
Legions
are, but yeah.
are not children's toys.
Yeah, you're right.
Even Origins, it's like it's a cheaper line where kids could play with them. No, they don't. We know that.
I mean, to be honest, I think none of these toys are for kids. I mean, you could probably buy a Mega Man or a Ryu or Street Fighter. There's certain ones that look like they're for kids. Maybe some of the AWOCs you can pass it for kids, stuff like that. But most of them, I mean, you really look at them and they're they're for us. We're the one buying the toys. We're the one spending the money.
Yeah,
All
what's
these
that figure
toys.
that's out now? That's some kind of a female figure with just boobs all over the internet because of that figure.
Don't know. Not sure which one you're talking about.
Hilda.
Oh, Hilder.
Hilder.
Yeah.
Golden Hilder. Yeah, I'm a few of her.
I mean, I would say Glyos are probably for kids because they look like they come out of a gumball machine. But that being said, everybody should stop by the Glyos tables at Legion's Con.
Yeah. And $35 a piece though for Glyos is not kid friendly.
Yeah.
Well, like if you buy Glyos when you do the first store, if you buy them in the second market, they're a little more expensive. I mean, some of these guys I'll show you. Let me go into one of my Glyo bags here, this is the one that Jeremy was talking about that he needs, right? The brown one. But these are bigger. For $30, they're a bigger size, Glyos than regular, which I like them like that. This size better, like the new O'Neill size. I mean, compare these to the original ones, which is like, let's say this tiny one. It's a big difference in size.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just have to like them enough to be able to spend the money on them. I mean, they're like anything else you're gonna buy. That it's true. Like some people say, like something like Curtis would say, I would prefer to spend $35 or $40 on a bigger figure. Yeah, it's true. I mean, of course. I mean, you get more plastic, you get more, But like I said, you have to like
$35, I can get a whole wave of blockies or one Glyos.
Yeah, that too. Like the blockies for since last year, I've been fighting the urge to fucking buy a blocky, and I always had the chance because I always find them like really, really cheap. And I almost went online and bought because they're cheap. So I was like, I'll buy a bunch of them. I said, damn, do I need these fucking toys? Do I need another line to clutter my freaking shit that I already have? I'm like, damn. And I said, well, I already have
The answer is
Glyos
yes.
that size. Yeah.
I mean, they basically, the Defenders work out, if you buy the case of them, it works out to be $3 a piece. And like, I don't care. Like, you're not getting any better value in the toy world than $3 for a figure, for a fully articulated figure, plus the experience of putting it together.
Yeah. No, you're right on that. You're right.
I got a little bit of color matching to do on this troll, and then I'm good on him.
Nice.
Let's see how one of those works.
Just blending the head into the body a little bit.
I finished putting together my crab, but then I put some kikis on the hip joint, and I'm just kind of letting that sit for a little bit. But then after that, I think it's going to be done.
All right.
So I should be able to show that before the end of the show.
I'll be able to show this guy. Boy, that makes me happy.
Well, Jay left and then he popped back in, and then now it looks he's here again. Now I've got two Jays, both of them with black screens. Oh, there's one. One of them doesn't have a black screen now. You there, Jay? Maybe.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
You go over here. You are going to get base coated. Where you is, brah? There you are. Great.
It's funny because the other day when I found this bike upstairs,
Mhm.
I didn't know it had the missiles. The missiles are still in the chamber. So I opened the little rack to check if they were, to see if it still worked. And when I opened it, both missiles hit my eyeball. Yeah, because I'm looking right at it. I'm like, oh, I'm like, thank God I didn't have enough power to fucking pop my eye, but they got me good, man. I was like, fuck, wow, so at least it still work.
Benny, you're the reason why they had to put warnings on there when we were kids.
Yeah, you're right about that. At least I didn't do it with my mouth open. Like choking hazard. Choking
Right.
hazard. I'm fucking choking on a missile and shit. Nobody home to save me.
Yeah.
That would be a bad way to go, dude.
Like died by his own toys. A toy he bought 20 years ago.
Think out of all the ways to go, dying by a toy might be my preferred method.
I think in my sleep would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
know
as cool,
what?
though. It's not as
In
cool
my
a story.
In my sleep will be the best because you never know you're gone. You never wake up again, right?
I won't hear the story. That's the thing. Like, I don't care what the story is if I'm not going to hear it.
Yeah, but I want there to be a cool story for people that go to the funeral, you know?
Oh, I've got enough cool stories from my life.
I mean, it's like one of my cousins they were talking, and he's like, talking about funerals and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, you know what? I want to go next. I want to be the next one that passes away. He's like, oh, you're being morbid and this and that. I said, no, think about it. Imagine I'm like the only cousin that never died, and I get to go to everybody's funeral. Nobody goes to mine.
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna come see me and sob over me or say, hey, Benny was a good guy or he was awesome or whatever you want to use an asshole. Like nobody's gonna be able to say nothing about me because everybody that fucking I love was fucking dead already. So, I don't know.
So you're saying that you want to die first so that the attendance at your funeral is better than everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Yeah.
Like
playing the numbers game. Got it.
When I pass away, it's like when I pass away, the only person probably be there might be my ex-wife. She's the only evil one that be alive. She'll be like, I made it before him. Like nobody else will be there.
Benny's gonna see all of his cousins in the afterlife and be like, "How many showed up to your funeral?" Beat you.
We got you. We beat you to it. Oh, it's crazy.
I think the morbid conversation is really more like, as collectors, like what happens to your collection when you die. That's the one. Yeah.
My kids are like, Dad, you better sell all this shit before you die. I'm like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna die, so I said I'll leave it up to you guys. My son and my granddaughter, my son, they're good with it. My oldest kids, my two daughters, they're like, we just gonna toss this shit away. I'm like, well, it's your loss. I mean,
yeah,
trust me.
I fully expect that like Darla would have to like call up one of my friends and just be like, hey, come take this shit. She's definitely not going to look up like all the names and prices and that kind of thing.
Well, no, she'd be grieving. That's
either that or she'd be in the money. She'd be like, oh shit, he left. He's gone. Time to sell
I don't know why she'd be grieving. I'm leaving her an awesome collection.
Right.
Including 3 dragons. So
That's why I'm going first.
She just said from the other room, that's why I'm going first. She doesn't have to deal with my collection.
I'll come over and collect those dragons for you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to deal with them. I can add them to my 3.
She'll probably call up Travis from My Wife's Gonna Kill Me, and he'll come take the whole collection and give her, like, pennies on the dollar for all the stuff. But it'd be easier than kind of sorting through all of it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, that that is a big thing. Even now I go to my stuff. I've been purging a lot of my stuff, you can say, because I've been giving most of it away. But I just sold it. I sold another Latino yesterday.
Give me a few weeks. I'll buy a troll from you, Benny.
Yeah, send your message. I asked you, did you buy that? That was a good deal for that troll.
I did buy it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I think I might have an extra troll upstairs. I mean, so I have
Jay.
I have 12 trolls upstairs. I gotta go through them. They're all sealed in the box except for one.
12 trolls.
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your
Right,
life
that was an adventure.
must be awesome.
12 trolls is insane.
That's a reasonable number, Jay.
At one point, it was like a battle between me and Walter, but I think Walter had me beat. I think.
Yeah, I was talking to Walter about trolls because he's got, every time he posts a picture, I'm like, that's a different troll. How many trolls you got?
He has a lot. Yeah. That's why that day I told Jay that he could buy it, because I was like, damn, do I have space for this at home? I'm like, the price was perfect. I was gonna buy it just to make a custom. Then when Jay said he didn't have one, I was like, fuck it, and you take it. I'm like, it's perfect. It's
I was
meant to
excited.
be. Yeah, I mean,
Because I had gone there to buy as much stuff as possible because everything was so cheap. And I was like, this is icing on the cake right here. That was unexpected. But it has to have another sale like
when you
that.
came behind me and said, if you don't want it, you'll take it. It was like meant to be. I was like, you know what? Since I'm on the fence about it, you know what? He could have it. I mean, I honestly, I don't even need it. I didn't need another one.
I could not believe that you said yes. I didn't expect it. I didn't think anybody would pass up that price. But I'm very happy that you did.
When you said you didn't have one, that's what made me say. And if you would have said, yeah, I have like 5 at home, but I could use another one, I'd be like, I'll buy it. Fuck you. You know what I mean? But
I appreciate that.
You said you didn't have one, and I was like, you know what? He don't have one. I don't need one. It'd be kind of greedy of me to fucking buy this, even at a good price. It'd be kind of greedy of me not to let somebody enjoy a troll.
Oh, thank you. I didn't say it for that reason. I think I just I got so excited I said everything that was in my inner monologue. I appreciate that.
That was good you said it though, because I get to hear. I heard it and I was like, you know what? Let him have it. I mean, what the heck?
Man, the stuff that I bought that day lasted me forever as fodder. I mean, it's way gone now, but
yeah.
I think that trolls are one of those that you don't know that you need until you get one in your hand, and then you're like, yeah, this is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to my first Mythic Legions just to buy trolls.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm a Motu guy. Like, I'm not a Mythic. I have like 3 or 4 Mythic Legions figures that I like don't know what to do with, because if you put them next to a Motu figure, they just make it look like garbage. So I can't do that. I might have to have a Mythic shelf one day, but right now I'm not there. So
I only have one troll I probably would never sell, because I won't be able to sell them for the price that I bought them for. I don't want to lose the money on them. It was a forest troll that I brought off of BBTS.
Gotcha.
Nice.
And yeah, it was like $169 that I paid for that fucker. And I was like, I would never get rid of this troll. I was like, I will keep put my casket with me. I'll take him with me. He's like, I think when I first started collecting, I was buying shit off of BBTS and eBay because I didn't know the Horsemen had, you know, they would do like I went to the first show, but like they wasn't selling anything, so I was like, oh, I didn't know they had a store. It was like the beginning of everything, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I got really into Cosmic Legions, and that was what brought me in. But it wasn't until they had like when they first put the builders that are still on now, when they first put those, I think when they first put those up as in stock, and it's kind of just lasted.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really, really sucked me in, because that is when I started doing knights. That was the end for me. Also,
They-
the ogre they had the half giant builder in stock then. Bought a bunch of those.
They always have trolls at the show, but they don't
Yeah.
ever have them online.
Right.
You know why that is?
Why is that?
Because they suck to ship.
Oh,
That makes a
okay.
lot of sense.
They would lose their ass on shipping just based on the size of the box that you need. But if you bring it to show, you don't have to worry about the shipping. So
Yeah.
that's the same
Makes
reason
perfect
why
sense.
I said that if you were interested, I would see you in March when you're out here, because I ain't shipping those sons of guns.
I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what to paint next, because I kind of hit a stumbling block or two or five.
Well, that's what happened to me. I was waiting for this guy's to dry. If I could give him a second coat of green. And then you guys were talking about Warhammer. I said, holy shit, I remember the Warhammer. I want to say I got the Warhammer. Then I was gonna do a custom with the Glios. I started to paint them, then I stopped, and then I said, well, I can't do the customs, I have to drill, and that's gonna be I have to mute myself. So I'm like,
Yeah. Everything, I kind of feel like that, in the sense that everything I'm looking at that I kind of could do, it's not fun. And I don't really want to
Yeah.
sit and do like touch-ups and stuff and paint errors on, like, tiny paint errors and stuff like that right now. You know what I can do is this.
That's why I'm working on these books. I just needed
well,
something
I was at my
small that I could work on.
I was at my girl's house until this morning. We had to go do something, so I was like, you know what? Then it got cold where I didn't want to go do it, so I left. Then I was gonna call Brendan and Paul to meet up at the
Mhm.
show tonight and go to Chubsy's, but then I changed. I said it's too cool for this fucking bullshit. I was like, honestly, it's too cool to be out there, you know.
Oh yeah,
I said,
it's
you know what?
ridiculous. You're in Jersey
I
or
said, I'm just gonna
Philadelphia?
go. No, yeah, New Jersey, right next to the Four Horsemen.
Oh, I heard like people talking about something going on at Chubsy's, but I didn't catch what it was. Is a show tonight?
It was a today's show was one of Joe Vitteri's regular shows that he does. It's just like a lot of vintage, and people might have like say probably Greg will be there and he'll have like more modern stuff to sell, stuff like that. There's a lot of people that we know that go there and get tables and they sell a lot of this stuff, but there's a lot of other vendors too. There's like this is just one of his regular shows he does. I don't even think the Four Horsemen go to this show.
But it's at Chubsy's? And today?
No, it's like near. It's right next to it.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like a 10-minute drive away, something like that.
I haven't ever been there, and it's like I could probably do that in a drive if I wanted to do a road trip, but I would guess probably should do it if I know people who are going to be there.
Chubsy's is
Chubsy's
nice,
is
but
about
his hours are weird.
yeah.
In
Like
what way?
like every time I go there for, like, when I get there for Legion's Con, I'll want to go there and it would be like he's off on Tuesday and then Wednesday he opens at 1 and Thursday it's like, opens at 11 or something. Like it's just like all over the place.
Huh. But I see like Dub will
Yeah.
go there with G or something.
Oh yeah, they meet up there all the time.
Yeah, I got to get in touch with them and see when they're going to do that. Maybe meet them there and force my friendship upon them.
Freak says, "Am I muted?" Well, I mean, we can't hear your audio because you're not in here, but no, we can see your comments. What did I miss? Oh, he said, "Proud father right now. My 3-year-old has been on a Ninja Turtle kick. That's all he wants to watch now. Very cool."
That is cool.
And then Hayes says, "Alan, do you get the 4-H Motu tributes?" That's what brought me into the line.
No, I haven't gotten any of those. They look cool, but I haven't.
And then Trevor said that you should come out to ToyCon New Jersey with him and Stefan.
I'm definitely going to ToyCon New Jersey. That is probably the next. I don't think I'm going to go to ZoloCon, so that'll be the next convention I'm going to go to.
Cool.
But if that's a carpool offer,
Yeah.
that's great. I drive too much to these things, and if not, I'll drive.
ToyCon is fun. ToyCon, a lot of people come down to ToyCon. I mean, I'm kind of.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to
You're
interrupt
saying?
you. No. You
No,
were saying.
I feel lucky and blessed because I'm literally like 15, 18 minutes away from these shows all the time. So it's just like, I just get there pretty quick.
Yeah,
So,
blessed
like,
is one word, spoiled is another. So
I think that, like, I've had this conversation with people in the community in like Long Island and Queens, and Trevor will understand. It's so brutal knowing that, like, Long Island has it's not like this is closer to Manhattan and more of a commuter area to Manhattan than Jersey. Yet somehow we can't get a decent toy convention. There's the Long Island convention, like Comic-Cons are terrible. There aren't good hobby shops. So I don't really understand it. And everything is in Jersey. And I know that's because of, I assume that's because of Joe Terry being from New Jersey, but it drives me insane. I would love something local that was fun to go to. There aren't even good toy stores out here.
Don't you have like the New York Comic-Con?
That doesn't count. I said on Long Island.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that close to you?
I know. Well, yeah.
I don't know how far I don't know where it's set up actually.
It's in Manhattan. It is. I mean, it's not really bad because I take the train in when I go, so it's just 45 minutes on the train, and then it's a super quick subway ride. But it's like, it's an intense day and a lot of waiting online and all of that stuff. So it like doesn't feel close. I used to go every year. Legion's Con is actually the reason I stopped going, at least for now, just because it's a lot like back to back. Like, it's like October and then November of all these things to buy and spend money on. But when my daughter was younger, we went every year. And it's the only time I ever cosplayed because she's really into it. And every year she was a different X-Men character. And one year, and I'm not the type to do anything great with sewing, but I made her a Kitty Pryde costume. And that is my favorite character and her favorite character. And she was very little. And I made her a Kitty Pryde costume and it came out freaking amazing. And we met Chris Claremont, and who is the X-Men writer who invented Kitty Pryde. And he talked to us, the poor people waiting online behind us. He talked to us for like 20 minutes. It was a long line. And I had him sign a custom Kitty Pryde figure that I made of, if anybody's seen the Professor Xavier is a jerk, like kind of iconic front page of a X-Men comic, and she's wearing like a winter jacket, like a 80s ski jacket. This is my favorite moment in all of comics. And he signed it. It's like probably one of my favorite things in the history of customizing is getting him to sign it. But Chris Claremont is the man. And, I don't have much more of a story than that, but I used to go, I have a pretty great collection actually of sketches by artists. That's what I used to spend all my money on. A Comic-Con. I have some really cool sketches. Yeah, that's about it. My monologue is over.
Great job.
Thank you so much. I have a sketch though. The thing about Comic-Con, I'll tell you, if anybody decides to go to a convention, and I think New York Comic-Con at the very least, I've experienced this, and they do want to get a sketch, on Sunday, if you stay late and you see an artist who is doing nothing, right? Go talk to them. They want to get a little bit more money before the day is over, and they will probably offer to do a sketch for very little money. And I have an Alex Maleev Moon Knight, and Alex Maleev charges like $300 for a sketch now, to my knowledge. And he did a Moon Knight with pencil, and just like, and then he like used watercolor to kind of, I guess, thin it out and get some grayscale. And it was $50, and it is the best sketch I have. It is beautiful. So a little bit of a like a hack or whatever if you want to save money and get some cool stuff. But I like having.
You're right on that because I've done that before.
Yeah. What did you get done?
I've gone like the last day and like done that, like, you know, or you get something cheap on their books. Like they'll have books that they have stuff already, you know, they've done before.
Yeah.
In their you
like pre-signed.
Pretty much pick something out for like, yeah, really cheap. Like I've gotten stuff off of them so cheap. They'd be like, oh, take pick two and give me $100 or give me $50 for two. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh hell yeah. I'm like, fuck, you know, I have this nice cool Batman and Robin that he did on a card. What's his name? The I forgot the artist's name. Anyway, I gotta find out that name. I'll show it to you though. It's like they're like going up the wall. It's like the iconic Batman and Robin going up the wall.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. And he gave it to me with the purchase of one of the design that he did for me. And he just picks out for free. I'm like, whoa, I want this for real. Like, yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, you know, when I went up to Alex Maleev, I just asked him how much a sketch would be, and I didn't really intend on getting one because I generally collect like blank comic book covers with the sketch because it's all the same size, and I kind of think that's cool. You know, the paper sucks in comparison, but I think there's still no blank Moon Knight cover. So I went to see if there was something that like it would make sense to put it on. That was a blank cover, and I couldn't find anything. And I came back down, and he's like, "Dude, you don't want a blank cover? I'll give you amazing cover, like amazing paper, and it'll be this much." And I was like, "Sure." I didn't expect him to offer it for so cheap, and I'm like, still like that's one of the things I own that I love. I have a ton of Moon Knight. Like Moon Knight's my other favorite character, and I hate Batman and love Moon Knight. So there you go.
Moon Knight's cool.
Yeah, Moon Knight's like Batman, but like fucking badass, and it will admit that he's like doesn't mind, like, you know, he has no real moral code. Super violent. He's really funny. Love it. Everybody else there? I only hear myself, so it's just me talking and being like narcissistic.
All right, I was painting that giant Cyclops. And now I'm painting this tiny Beastman head, and the juxtaposition of those two and the amount I have to concentrate on this one over the other is way higher.
That's
yeah, I was working on tiny details. So, Trevor said there's a hobby shop in, I don't know how to pronounce this, West Islip.
What is it? West Islip is in Suffolk.
So
yeah,
and then he also said he sent me a message. So let me see what he sent me.
I don't know where I get.
Oh yeah,
I don't know where Islip is offhand. There's a hobby shop I go to that is on like by Smithtown. There's an Ollie's there. I don't know the name of the town, but it's the only good one that I have found. And Trevor, can you put the name in there?
He asked me to send him the link, so I think he's gonna pop on.
Got it. I don't know the name of the hobby shop that I go to, but it is awesome. And the guy there who runs it, and I should probably say this if he's hopping on, but every time I go, he tells me he's like, I think he tells me like he's like the same age every time and that he's about to sell the shop and retire. But it's like every year he says the same thing. But like he's got everything that I ever would want to find for paint supplies. But it's really far from me.
How far is really far?
It's like 45 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not really far.
I have to travel about 40 minutes just to get groceries.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I live in Texas.
So that's fair.
I can get up, get in my car, start driving west, and 20 hours later, I'm still in Texas.
Hey, Trevor.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, Trevor.
Yep.
All right. I don't know how
Hello.
oh god. Can I zoom my
Yeah. If
Forever.
if it's less than double-digit hours away, that's still pretty close for me.
Yeah.
Once
So
it
I
gets to
understand that.
double-digit hours, then I'm out.
I get it. I feel just like in Long Island, and now I feel like an asshole saying this, but I'm just used to everything being about 20 minutes away.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I know that's one of the features. If you have to go further than that, it seems like a long way.
But I mean, you're in Nassau, right? You told me that once.
Suffolk.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Babylon.
so wait, the place in East Islip, is that the one owned by the really old guy?
Define really old. I don't know.
He's like
He's-
80 something.
No, this guy's younger. It's where there's a Hobby Lobby like next to him almost.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a little
yeah.
plaza off Sunrise Highway on the
I know
okay.
I've been
It's
there.
a good shop, man. He cleaned it up. I don't know if you've been there recently. It used to be
I have.
like a great because it used to be. I don't know if you were there before. It was a crazy mess. It was like walking down aisles. You'd have to like girder. Like
So-
it's one of those things where if you wanted to walk down this aisle and you saw somebody coming the other way, you'd have to like wait for them to go through the aisle.
So-
it was nuts. So
So
he
how
cleaned it all up, and
recently?
it's nice now.
How recently is recently?
What do you mean? How recently
Like,
did
that he cleaned
have
it
I been
up?
there?
Yeah.
It's been a couple years, I think.
Oh yeah, I was there earlier. I
Okay.
think I was there. I guess in November.
You'd
but
know if it was madness before. Like he just had
Still a
models
little
stacked to the
madness.
stack. No, there was models stacked to the ceiling, man. You couldn't move
Oh.
in that place. It was like somebody's crazy hoarding,
Yeah.
kind
or
of
something. It was
amazing, though.
nuts. But it's
That
good
sounds
now.
like
It's
an
really
amazing-
There's a
I
place
put
in
Gundam
Gundam
there.
that-
He doesn't have a lot of acrylic paint that you can use for which is kind of what I'm looking for. He doesn't have like Vallejo and stuff like that. But
I think
he
he
has-
does mainly army painter because he's got a lot of Warhammer stuff now. But he's
Yeah.
all very organized now. But he had a lot of paint. He had some Vallejo because I used to get Vallejo.
I don't
There.
know if I saw it there. Maybe I should go check again. If he had army,
Yeah, if you
painter,
ever
that
go
would
over
be
there,
amazing.
I'll meet up with you, man. We'll
Yeah, awesome.
grab lunch
We
or
should do
something.
that. Do they have? He has Citadel, or
I think he's
has
got
Army
Citadel.
Painter?
He's got a lot of stuff now. He's got a lot more
That-
stuff than he used to have. So
I know he definitely has
or
Citadel.
you can find it now. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. One of the two.
Actually live like a few blocks from a Warhammer store.
Oh, really?
So that's like it's in Plainview. So I'm a little in the middle of it's like makes no sense to be where it is. But I'm a little spoiled with that. But
You're in Plainview?
I'm in Syosset.
Oh, you're at
So like
Syosset?
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? There's a place, and I guess maybe Smithtown-ish.
Mhm.
It's near, there's an Ollie's there. It's I just don't know the area well enough to give very many like geographical references.
Yeah, there's
but
an
it's-
Ollie's, right? There's an Ollie's on the island. I found a Ross that I didn't know
There are a
existed on
few.
the island.
There's a Ross that's
Yeah.
opening, I thought. But there's
Yeah.
a few Ollie's on Long Island now. There's one in Riverhead and there's
Alright.
one by Smithtown-ish.
Oh yeah,
but,
Riverhead. I'm not going out to Riverhead for.
I love Riverhead, but I only go out there for like fun. If I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
bunch of things out there. But
Jay, where's the one that you went to, the toy store that had like the weird like political figures and stuff?
okay, that was in that is actually right by this. That is right by the same it's right by the place that I'm talking about. And I don't remember the name of it.
That was crazy.
That place, none of their figures make sense. He has an entire collection of the McFarlane Austin Powers toys. He must have bought a collection from someone, but it's a section as though it's like a brand that people like. There's a G.I. Joe section and there's just like an Austin Powers section. Like it's the most, he sells comics primarily, but like he has a Baywatch toy set, and then he has a Donald Rumsfeld figure, which is like kind of like Hot Toys almost. I think it's probably like 1/6 scale.
Who the hell made a Donald Rumsfeld figure?
Right, but here's the thing, right? So
Donald Rumsfeld
I
did.
asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh, this is my
Yeah.
personal collection, and I have the George W.
Oh my
Bush as well.
God.
I can sell them to you as a set." And I walked
really?
out, and I said, "I have been filming it," and I was like, "But like, if they make Donald Rumsfeld, and then they have to also make Dick Cheney." So like, do they make Condoleezza Rice and just have the whole administration as a set? Because that would be amazing. And also, like, I don't know why you would want it, but I mean, Donald Rumsfeld is a man who, even in his death, did not get a lot of people in the political spectrum to say anything nice about him.
No,
He's,
no.
I saw it and I just
What's
laughed
to
out
say?
loud alone. Like it's crazy that is something that exists.
Crazy that he
Um,
might have had the Cheney
no.
and somebody bought that just individually.
Yeah.
Curtis,
Yeah.
I'm gonna slide off because I have house stuff I want to do today.
Okay.
I show my cycle.
Let me embiggen you.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hold on. Dang it. No, I don't want to remove him from stage. There we go.
Let me do this. Yeah.
Going on
Be
with it.
like,
Awesome.
nice, awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot.
I really like the teeth.
I want to see that in a stop motion animation right now.
And I changed the color on the top of the head knobs to match the body. I got to blend that head to neck a little better on the back side, but I'm pretty happy with it on the
Looks
front.
really good.
It looks really, really good, man. Nice
And
job.
that's a printed head you did, or
No, I hand sculpted it.
oh, okay.
Wild.
I sculpted it while I was on with Oz last night.
Nice,
And then
awesome job.
Started at Beastman head.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to hear head knob today either. But
This one,
That
This
beast, head,
one-
that beast man is nice.
I sculpted that in Blender.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's skills right there.
I got to change his feet out to hooves, and then I'll probably change his skirt out to something more cyclopsy. But then he'll be done in just a bit.
awesome.
Looks good. That's an awesome
Really
job.
cool. Yeah.
He's my buddy.
Well, thank you for joining, Alan. Appreciate it.
Oh, happy to. How long will these normally go?
Usually 2 hours. This one's running a little bit long today, but I'll probably cut this off at 3 hours unless people decide to jump off beforehand.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I would say 2 to 3 hours.
I appreciate you having me. I always love working on stuff.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all later.
Yep, have a good one.
We'll talk later. Have a good day.
Enjoy the foosball.
He makes some wild stuff, man.
Yeah, he makes some nice stuff.
Okay, now I can't hear anybody.
You hear me now?
All right, I'm gonna have to log out and back in.
Are you still there, Kevin?
StreamYards have been having some weird shit with that, man. As soon as somebody goes out, everybody's audio gets fucked up. It's weird.
It's annoying. Have you ever been? There's a store in Lake Grove that is. I just fucked this up completely. Shit. No, whatever. I'll fix it. There's a store out in Lake Grove that is a bunch of like two different. I can't think of the name of it. It's driving me crazy, but it's like two different collectible stores merged, and then a bunch of people who I guess are on Long Island and have sell on eBay and stuff also now sell there, and they're just like different sections of different collectibles, and it is kind of like a flea market.
Like a consignment shop type of thing, right?
Kind of, but there's only one
Yeah.
register. So it feels like one toy store, but then you go to different sections and like, there's like they sell all different, there's like a Pokemon section and stuff. I found some really weird stuff there, but they have some really great stuff. They have a lot of vintage like Kenner vehicles, which I love.
Really?
Like, yeah, because those fit
Like
the vintage
Star Wars?
Kenner vehicles. No, not Star Wars are 3 3/4 scale, but like the everything else that they've done, which is like the Jurassic Park and Aliens and Predator, those all fit 6-inch figures, so they will also fit
Gotcha.
they fit goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the Chuck Norris Karate Corvette. Which
Oh
is just really a
man,
Corvette.
You got to tell
is
Mark
like-
that.
I think Mark was looking
Do
for
I?
that. Mark
I
Thomas.
customized it. I wanted to get another one. They had it. I already had made a custom of one.
Well, if they've got another one, Mark
Which
Thomas
Mark?
is looking for one from
Mark
Saturday
Thomas
Morning
is
Toy Collector.
Oh,
all about those Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
oh, really?
he went on a mission
I
last
don't
year to
actually.
collect every
I
one of
don't
the
know who I
figures.
know that. If I know who that is, I'm new to the community. I'm still learning who people are. I don't think I've met him, or have I? And I don't know.
He does the double jointed show on Saturday mornings with Schmerber.
But they have a lot of cool stuff there. They also have
Oh.
like signed Britney Spears posters. It's a really weird
I don't think
place.
Jay is hearing me. Is anybody else hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think Jay can't hear me.
Premiere is really a mess, man, with this audio shit.
I know, right?
This is one of like 6 sections of a dial that I bought from Eric.
Oh wow.
Let me see.
Bryson, and it's a beast, man. It's a little like what would you call it? It's like he took the model and kind of pushed it to the limits because I needed it kind of big for something.
Wow.
And so it's soft. It's a little soft, but I'm trying to make it, with the black wash and stuff, kind of a little more.
It's cool.
I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's got these pillars. No,
I like that you're also sideways.
I didn't even know. It's what I could get the camera, the phone over the floor because I'm on the floor. I'm just like doing this on the floor. So
You guys, the
That's really
sideways
cool. I
twins.
don't own any Dios.
you don't have any dials?
I don't know. I have like a the brand that has like the cardboard Dios that I
Oh yeah,
Extreme
Yeah.
sets.
extreme sets. Yeah.
yeah, extreme sets, but I don't have any like I've made a wall once, twice. I've made 2 different walls as far as I've gotten.
Brick walls.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
that thing that's like a roller, like a
You're required to start with a brick wall. You have to.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know
don't
what you're talking about. You just roll it
Yeah.
over the foam, and I can see what.
Yeah, and then I did it like cutting, but it's like was kind of uneven. I don't know. I've been wanting to do that, but there's like so many things I want to do, and
To do like just little stone tiles or something for your customs, like just.
yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to make a neon one that's kind of like
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
like I want to do something. I have a really small blacklight poster of a cobra, and I wanted to do something in where there's like bricks, but then the cobra poster's there, but then it's like a really 70s. It looks like something that would be on like a 70s van. And, like,
I know exactly what poster that is, man. I
Do
think
you?
that
It's right in
poster-
front of me. I want to see if I can.
It's
move
been
the-
around for like years. I totally remember that in like
Let me
Spencer
see.
Gifts.
So wait,
I can't see it, so it's not
Wait.
going to help me. But I'll
Oh, you
check
can't.
later.
Oh well, there it is.
Nah,
I just
I'm-
knocked a bunch of stuff over. Well, I wanted to do
Guarantee
like
it's
these
the
like
same
chunkier bricks over just where the poster is, kind of,
Mhm.
and then a regular brick wall, and have it just kind of look sort of.
That'd be cool.
I never did it.
I would love to do more Dio stuff. I just don't know. Like this is kind of a dire need right now. So that's the reason I'm doing it. Cause I was going to Stefan Delatour, offered to do it for me. Cause I told him, I'm like, I just don't know if I'm gonna have time. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start it, see how far I can get. It's gonna be kind of a quick job, but
Yeah. Steph is one of my favorite people in the community.
he's awesome. Yeah, dude. Like I was saying, like, yeah, that is an offer to commute because we commute all the
Yeah.
time. Steph and I are like con road buddies, so we're gonna go to Zolo. I don't know if you want to go to Zolo.
Are you staying over, or are you just coming back and
No,
forth?
probably not. We're gonna come back. We usually come back. He's got a kid,
Oh.
I mean, like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't find the need. Like Zolo's a great show, and there's a lot to see. But I don't feel the need to stay over for anything. about
Yeah,
Legion's
I might
Con
take you
Road
up on
or
that.
Dude.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of driving. That's why I wasn't sure about doing it.
It is a lot of driving.
Every single
It's
year I
further
have
out
to
now. It
go.
used to be great when it was at the Fuge. I love the Fuge, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's like 2 years in a row. I've really wanted to go and like last minute couldn't, but yeah, I'll see. Maybe I'll take you up on that. But definitely ToyCon I want to go to. I was pretty pissed that I missed it last year. I don't remember
Have
why
you
I missed
been?
it
Have you
last year.
been there? You've been there, right?
No, I
Oh,
haven't.
never. Oh, yeah, you love that, man.
I
Really
mean,
good.
this is like 2024 Legions Con was my first convention that was like a toy convention, really at all. That was like
Oh,
not,
okay.
some old, like just collectibles.
Mhm.
So I'm very new to like this
Okay.
world.
Unseen.
So
We used
but
to
I
have a good
want,
one in Long Island. It was at I think it was a Cradle of Aviation for a while, or it was
yeah,
near.
yep, I used to go to that.
But it really
And that,
wasn't great for toys. It was okay. They had all the wrestlers there and stuff like that.
yeah, and
The
they had some
celebrities
comic
and the
artists.
cars. They did
I
have
got,
comic artists. Yeah, it was
yeah,
better for comics than it was for toys.
I'm trying to think of, I met Jim Shooter there.
I did too.
He was
Dude.
not that nice.
Oh,
He was
really?
kind of nice. He was kind of, I was,
I was
I was
surprised at
really
how nice he
excited.
was to us. Like, I don't know, maybe my friend I was with was very gregarious and he was just
Uh-huh.
talking him up. And he was cool, man. I don't know. I was we were talking to him for like 45 minutes. And while we were talking to him, some kid comes up to him with a portfolio. And he's like, hey, Mr. Shooter. And I don't even know if he called him Mr. Shooter, because at one point he
Yeah.
called him Jim, like very familiar. Like, I'm like, okay, not a great start. But he brings the portfolio up, and the kid was okay. We were kind of looking at it while we were standing there, and it wasn't bad. But he's going through it, and he's doing his thing,
Yeah.
in his Jim Shooter way. And he's like, "All right, yeah, your buildings need work. You got, your perspective over here is a little off. You want to like do this. This is good. You got a good basic grasp of this stuff. Blah blah blah." He's like, "But you need some more." And the kid, like it's a review. You want him to review it. And the kid
Right.
walks up and he kind of slams the book shut. He's like, all right, thanks, Jim. And just storms off. And we're just like standing there with him. We're like, okay. Like,
I know what made him
what's the
kind of
point?
cranky with me. I had a bunch of comics to sign, and I had like, classic
Oh,
Marvel
okay.
stuff, but
Yeah.
and he was happy to sign that. But the first
No
thing I
Valiant?
asked him to sign was what?
No Valiant with you?
No, I had Valiant with me,
Oh, you did? Okay.
and he seemed cranky with that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
That's
He
his
wanted to
baby.
just. I don't know, man. I don't. I
I
that's
love
what
Valiant.
I really love the Valiant universe. When they redid
Me
it,
too. Oh, man. Yeah.
what was that spy character? I can't think of his name. He was supposed to have a movie, and they never.
Arch.
Never came out.
Well, Bloodshot was supposed to have a movie, or they did. He did have a movie, actually. It sucked.
He did. There was a
Um,
YouTube movie or something. I was supposed to come
yeah.
out with. Can't think of his name.
Well, there was. I don't remember the detectives. It was Solar, Turok.
He's purple. I feel like he was purple.
Purple?
Turok. Man,
I don't remember.
I don't know. But I went to the Valiant offices. when they
Harbinger. I
had
loved Harbinger.
redone
Harbinger
it.
was good.
I loved that whole reboot, the Harbinger story leading into like there was that whole all those stories coming together. It was great.
You ever read any of those, Curtis?
No.
Valiant?
No, for anybody
Wasn't sure if Curtis was
listening
back.
to this,
Can you hear us, Curtis?
I can hear. He can't hear me.
Oh,
You could
yeah,
let
you
him know
can't
that
hear
you
him
can-
for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, so I'm just talking over people again. Shit.
Yeah.
No.
For-
He just started
Okay.
talking.
For
No, I don't know.
anybody that is listening to the show and not watching, gregarious means fond of company or sociable. So there you go.
Well, he laughing, and that's
I'm like a translator now. So Curtis just gave us the definition of gregarious because I used the word gregarious, and that's that's his thing. He has to.
I had no idea what
Okay.
the hell that was. I've never heard that word in my life.
Really, gregarious? Okay.
Never once.
You're kind of gregarious, so you should know that word.
Now I
he is
do.
pretty gregarious. I thought that was the joke.
Yeah.
The more and more you say that word, the less it sounds like a word.
I know, right?
I love Jay.
Yeah. He said he loves you, Jay.
I think you're okay. Kidding. Love you too. My usual response to people when they say that they love me is, "I think you're okay."
Probably appropriate, depending on who it is.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't have an
Sometimes you
answer
don't want to
sentence I just
encourage that.
started. Yeah, it's true. I used to do it to my old boss. He really hated it.
Oh, really?
I mean, he didn't really. It was like a bit, but you
Mhm.
know, it was the first time he said like I got off the phone. He was like, "I love you," and I just didn't expect it. So that's just what came out of my mouth. It wasn't like really, really serious, but
You ever accidentally like I don't my wife and I we both work from home, so we're together 24/7 now. But when you used to talk on the phone, you used to like hang out. You're like, all right, love you, bye.
yeah.
You ever do that? Like just kind of like by rote to someone who you shouldn't be saying that to? I've done that. Like just like you're kind of in a loop. You're doing something else. You're distracted, and you're like, all right, okay, take care. I love you. Like, oh, no, no. I'm sorry. I mean, you're
definitely.
good. You're nice, but I don't love you.
I've definitely done it. It happened a lot with my best friend.
That's
So
happened
that
to me
just
before.
became a
Too.
running joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm distracted and I say a lot of things like I just,
Yeah.
I will be in a conversation and just random things come out of my mouth that I don't necessarily like wouldn't say to that person. I don't have an example of this though, so my brain works a lot faster than my mouth.
Yeah.
Creates
I-
problems.
You know, it's the worst part, Trevor, saying that to your boss over the phone,
Yeah.
and then see him the next day at work, and he's looking at you weird, and I'm like, what? It's like you said I love you before you hung the phone up. I'm like, oh shit, my bad.
Not as bad as if you have one of those situations where you call your teacher mom.
Mom,
That's bad.
that's gotta be.
Depending on how old you are when you do it, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
And if it's mom or mommy, Curtis
Yeah.
said it's not as bad as if you have a situation where you call your teacher mom. That's for
Yeah.
Jay.
that's pretty common from what I understand.
Yeah, for little
Well,
kids,
she's
I
a
would
hot
think.
teacher. You
No,
want to call mamacita?
Yeah, right, mommy.
I don't
I
I don't
know
think there's
some
an
people,
age
some
where
women who
you
teach high
should
school,
ever
and they say this happens a lot.
I don't think there's an age where you
Especially
should
when
ever
a,
call your
like
parents
a male
mommy or
child falls
daddy.
asleep in class and they wake him up yelling.
Fucking Jay.
Common
Mhm.
response is, "I'm sorry, mom." I've heard this story from a few people. I don't know how true it is, but it's always seemed very funny to me.
What were you saying, Curtis?
I was saying there's no age where you should call your parents mommy or daddy. Like I
There's
just
no age where you should call your parents mommy and daddy.
no.
Well, no age. I mean, the
No
little kid.
age. I just think
Ah,
I just think it's super creepy no matter what age it is.
Really?
Does this theory apply to women and men?
Yeah.
he thinks it's super creepy no matter what age.
So it's creepy to
I-
call
I-
your parents mom or dad?
Mom and dad is fine, just not mommy or daddy.
My
Oh,
daughter will still
mommy or
call me.
daddy.
My daughter
I
still
mean, you're a
calls me
little
daddy
kid. Like
sometimes
it's just
when
a
she's
word. Like
yeah. Well, she says it sometimes when she's like, I don't know, like if she's emotional,
It's something that
something's going on. That's not great.
when Darla or I hear it on a show, we just cringe.
Kind of feel like daughters will do that to dads to be like slightly manipulative, though.
Oh well, yeah. If you're like a teenage daughter, sure.
Yeah.
I've never been a teenage daughter.
Curtis can say yes or no if that's
I was
ever
a teenage daughter. I gotta run to the craft store, man. I gotta get more of this. And I just washed two of the pieces actually, without doing the under paint. God damn it. Paying attention.
I have a lot of trouble so far doing this and paying attention to detail. I have to find things I can do that are kind of mindless.
I told my kids to call me Sir Dad, Sir.
And did they tell you to fuck off?
No. In fact, one of them has me programmed in her phone as that.
Or dad, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna log in and log out and log back in.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You're missing a lot.
I just like so lazy. I didn't want to stand up. That sounds really terrible now that I say it.
I also don't love when kids call their parents by their first name.
Oh no. Yeah.
like you know,
What was it again, Trevor?
when kids call their parents by their first name, you know, like leave me alone,
Steve.
Jimmy. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, I don't like that. Yeah. Speaking
Yeah, the
of
first
parents, I think
time.
I hear my mother breaking into my apartment.
Yeah, the first time that would happen, that would be the last time that it happened. I would pull out. What the fuck did you just say? Oh, I probably should look to see if Jay's back. And he is. I'm sitting here painting. I'm like, yeah, he's sitting backstage.
No, you're all good. I was backstage for a second and I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I don't know what Trevor was telling you. I wasn't really talking at all. So
Oh, I mean, I just enjoyed listening
I was
to.
just trying to get Curtis in on the conversation because he was really being quiet, uncharacteristically quiet. So I just made shit up. Did you anybody ever like Benny? I can't imagine this was you. Like anybody like were able to swear in front of their parents or anything like that? Were you just
Oh,
like, yeah? Oh man.
My dad taught me how to curse.
My parents weren't prudes or anything like that. It was just an unspoken thing. It was one of those things like you just didn't do. And then I remember I slipped up once when I was in the car with my mother, and then I was just like silent. Right. I was like, oh.
I didn't curse in front of her, but my dad, when my dad lost his temper, like bad, he made up combinations of curses that didn't make sense. Like he said shit fuck all the time. And like he would just list curses and it just, it didn't even sound serious anymore. So he didn't really, there was no. I mean, I tried to get my daughter to curse in front of me for years and she refused to. And I thought that she just didn't curse and was just really like a good kid. And then she started and she doesn't stop. And I feel like I might have told this story last week, but I'm going to say it again real quick because very recently I sent her a text and she didn't respond. And like 5 hours later, I get a text that says, fuck, I missed this. And I was like, you're 13. You can relax. You just missed your text.
Hey,
like, oh, fuck, I missed this.
You encouraged it.
I did know, I know. But like, and I curse all of the time. I'm being very good right now, but I try to be good around other people, but I curse constantly, especially when I get like animated and excited about something. Not even like angry, just when I get like excited to talk about something, there's a lot of cursing and it adds like flavor.
I had Jay on my How'd They Do That, and he said just a warning. I'm not going to try to, but I use curse words like sentence enhancers.
Yeah, it's punctuation sometimes. Yeah,
It is punctuation. Yeah, it's like style, a little flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, people didn't. So when I started really watching like a lot of toy videos, toy channels,
YouTube
I guess,
stuff,
whatever. Yeah, I didn't hear people cursing a lot. And Trevor, like in this area, people really just don't hold it in.
Oh yeah.
And I think like maybe that's kind of part of it, but I just really expected a lot more. And I had this perception that maybe people just don't curse on YouTube and it's like an unspoken thing in the community, which makes no fucking sense, man.
It'll bring your I mean, if you're trying to be nobody who's doing it is really you can't be, what's the designation, Curtis? Like child friendly. It's not kid friendly.
Yeah.
Like because even if you talk
It
about
says
adult
appropriate
themes,
for kids is what it says.
Right. And you got to check no on that, because if you don't and anything comes up that isn't like for a 6-year-old, then they're gonna blast you or tell you that but anyway, so you don't do that to begin with, but then they will. I think it's like the first like 10 minutes or something, if there's a swear word in there, like they kind of take it down in terms of, I guess, ad revenue or the way they're going to push it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So people try not to. I don't care on my show. Like I forget about the first 10 minutes sometimes, but
is that a rule? Because
it is a guideline. Yeah, they do give you that guideline. Yeah.
And I think for I don't know if I've always had it. I just don't check yes or no when I upload it. I just upload it because you kind of can just not check either.
It's
Not,
it's it's unchecked to begin with. Like, yeah,
okay.
like in terms of like, is it kid friendly, or is it made for
My
kids?
my videos are constantly cursing because it's also me just dropping things and fucking up. Like as I try to say something or do something, I haven't even uploaded a video in forever, but I have one half.
My favorite is when you're driving, because then you really get animated.
Oh yeah. I missed that one video when I didn't have coffee, and I think it's a part of like the feeling that you're talking to yourself, but also knowing that you're not is an odd, man. Tracing like lining on a butt is always really weird. I'm just gonna leave that sentence out there.
Lining
Like
on a butt.
like I'm doing like, pin lining, and this looks like I just made him a thong. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that.
Alan says that when he's doing like painting teeth, he feels like a tiny dentist for them.
Yeah,
That's really funny. I
gotta clean up those gums.
Man, I hate painting teeth. I hate painting open mouths. When I buy sculpts, I try really hard to avoid open mouths.
Yeah, I think that's why we don't get a lot of just the hits and stuff on an open mouth. Has got to be a real pain in the ass for the factories to do.
Well, a lot of times when they do like the with the creatures or like Urzok and stuff, what they do is they have a separate piece that they paint, and then they pop it in there. So
Urzok has that weird jaw thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a separate piece usually. Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass because you got to really do the mouth first, and then hope you don't go over it. And because I use the airbrush, I don't have the choice. I can't do the mouth first, really, because even if you I can do the mouth first in theory and put like silly putty in there, but it never really works as well as I want, and it's fucking pain in the ass. Hate it. I've only gotten once ever. I've gotten like a commission sculpt of something that I wanted done. The old school had done it, and it was a vampire, and he really wanted to have an open mouth, and I kept on. I think there was like because he's in Europe, and there's like a language barrier, but also like a time barrier, and it took a really long time for me to be like, dude, I don't want to paint that. I'm trying to get you to paint something that I can paint easily myself. That sounds like really rude, and that I was angry, and I wasn't. Like, he was really great, and I enjoyed doing it. But that was like one of my number ones. I was like, listen, I don't want to paint eyeballs on this, and I don't want to paint an open mouth. That's a great story, right? This is where else to go with that.
I don't mind painting eyes. I mean, it's not always, they don't always come out right, but I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I got used to doing that with 1/6, and 1/6 is a whole lot harder because you got to be a lot more detailed.
Really, that's interesting. It's the opposite of what I would expect, but that doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, you got a bigger space to deal with.
Yeah,
but it's also more room to fuck up, and you got to get do the what do you call it? The corona lines, you know what I mean?
Right.
Out from the pupil, and because I mean, you can see that shit with the naked eye. You know what I mean? It's not like like with 1/12. Like if you get under a microscope, it's like, oh, that's a little off there. But like
a lot of people think that eyes on like minis would be the hardest, but they're actually the easiest.
Yeah,
you don't have to put a lot of detail in there.
Like it's forgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you could just throw a wash in there or something. It's like, boom, it looks fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I have to make eyes, I do like a powered up eye, like Storm. Or I like to paint like monsters and stuff because you don't have to, or like goblins and like ogres.
Yeah.
Orcs, like you don't have to, elves. I hate doing human poop. I've been doing customs for almost 8 years, and I still have not mastered eyeballs, and most of it is just my desire to not have to learn, because every time I've tried, it's just exhausting. Like I'm very clumsy, as I miss a lot. That's not the best way to explain that.
Doing an eye is not difficult. Having two that look the same, that's where the problem lies.
That's it. Yeah. Yep, that's it. That's what it is.
Because you can look at them individually and go, each one of these eyes looks great, but together they don't.
Yep.
It's I mean, it's like anything. It's a process. You know,
Mm.
not something I have down. Oh shit! What the hell happened there? Finish this, man. Jesus.
And there's a lot of things that are challenging about painting that are processes that I enjoy. That's
Mhm.
not one of them.
Mm.
That's what it comes down to, I think.
That's one of the few I have down, not to a science, not that I could do it, you know, well every time, but like, you know, I'll take the pen and do the dot on each eye
Mhm.
to start the middle so that you've got that
Yep.
middle starting point. Then do the circle around it and redo the pupil. I don't know. It's
What kind of pen do you use? Like a regular ballpoint pen? Not a ballpoint pen, I'm
no, what are
sure.
those
Micro.
paint? Yeah, the micro paint,
Oh,
micro
yeah.
permanent marker
This,
type things. Yeah, I'll
yeah,
usually
this
use
thing.
that for the pupil too when I'm
You
This?
just
done.
try to
You
get
know,
it,
by
try
the
Like
to
a
get a
Dungeon?
center point, and then you can see, okay, when I go to paint this, do I need to go left of the center
that's
point, right to the center
right,
point? You know,
right.
whatever.
Just gives you the
Some,
center of the eye to start with to begin with.
Right.
I'm going to say something so stupid and I almost don't want to admit it, but like I can't paint a circle. I can't paint in a circle at all. Ever.
Sometimes you can just use a stylus. I use that a lot, like for
Me too.
rivets and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have
Just
them
use one
because
of
of
these
your
ball
video.
stylus.
That's the thing I've learned from all of the videos on your channel. That's been the single biggest game changer for me. I have too.
Oh,
One of the
nice.
things I've tried, and again, it's not something I have down to a science, and it's not the first thing I go to every time, but there's those little tiny, I don't even know what they're called. They're pointed, um, like paint sticks almost, right? Like it's got a pointed end, almost like a Q-tip, but it comes to a sharp point, but it's
Like
soft.
these.
I can't
Yeah,
see, but
Oh,
I know what
okay.
you're
probably.
talking.
Yeah.
But
I think I've got what you're talking about.
yeah, you take a
What?
little bit of the paint, brown, whatever you're starting out, or maybe black, so you get the whole thing. And sometimes you can just kind of put it in there and just like press it a little bit, and you will get like a nice
Oh,
circle. But again, it's not like a
it's
science. You can
it's
fuck
got
that
like
up easily.
silicone at it's got like silicone at the end, or it's
No,
soft like a
it's
Q-tip.
like a compressed cotton or
Okay,
something like that. It
that's
is
like
almost like a
this.
Q-tip. Yeah.
I have those, and I also there's stuff that has silicone at the tip that's really
Okay.
intended for glue.
Mm.
Those kind of work, but
Yeah, I wish I could draw the whole thing with the pen, but I don't trust the pen not to run. They don't dry very well.
I use the pens for like the really, really small ones. That's what I use for pin lining. And I've like it's
Yeah.
getting more and more into doing that because it's kind of like doodling on a figure. And sometimes you get some really like this vampire, the way that the teeth and the sides of the head came out. It's like stylized in a way that was kind of an accident, but I really like the one that you bought from me, Curtis, the skirt on that looks like that. I liked how that one had come out.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do with the thing I was going to do today, but I can't believe I used gloss. I'm going to have to.
Language.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I mean, I'm actually really frustrated about that because I had just run out of primer and I was pissed that I ran out of without realizing I was getting low. And I was late. So I bought it in a rush and I was so excited. I primed a bunch of stuff. Luckily, a lot of it's going to get metallic paint on top. But I primed a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to use metallic paint on, and it's all gloss. And it like just looks ridiculous just looking at it now. And I don't
That
think
was another one of my favorite videos was when you were you were waiting on primer and it was supposed to be delivered and
Jesus Christ.
like multiple days in a row it said it was going to come that day and then it didn't. You were
That
just
was
getting
when
more and more
Amazon,
angry.
yeah, that was when Amazon, like something had happened with Amazon. It was happening everywhere that all their deliveries were late. But that was right before Legion's Con, and I had all this stuff lined up. And I was those figures that I wound up doing with that. Actually, I wound up keeping 2 of them instead of selling them. Like I was really excited about those ideas, and I was getting so aggravated. And the other ones I wound up selling. So those were like the ones I really wanted to get done.
Yeah, you'd start the video, you'd be like, "Well, the primer that I ordered is supposed to be here today, so and then it just never shows."
Oh man. And the other thing was I needed an airbrush nozzle too that didn't show.
Yeah,
That's crazy
I
time.
realized that it was stressful and I didn't mean to laugh, but it was funny.
Oh no, like I was laughing. That's like the bit was like the frustration. Like I was frustrated, but you know, whatever. There are worse things in the world, and it's like I had a bunch of stuff done. I could have driven somewhere and bought primer. You know, I just
Right.
didn't want to.
Bought
It
these a
made
while
for
ago. I
made for
haven't.
good television.
I don't know if you can.
I got to get back
I
to
haven't.
filming. I don't want to do a lot. This time of year is the time of year that I really don't want to do anything. February just does that to me.
Mm.
February sucks.
Yeah, man.
These shows like this and the Mod Squad that Tanya does on Saturday helps me to stay creative. Otherwise, yeah, I would definitely fall into a funk.
Yeah, I mean, I paint like every night, and sometimes I just sit around staring, and I'm like, what the fuck am I even doing? I'm not even paying attention to like getting a project done, start a new project, and then I start doing a little bit of popping and swapping to make something, and it's just like, yeah, I kind of just space out, nothing happens. But yeah, no, this is one of the reasons I like doing this is because it just like get like that
Force shit.
energy.
Yeah. Sometimes just having that time set aside to do it.
Yeah. And also just like doing it with a conversation with other people too is nice.
Yeah.
In the summer when I have a lot of energy to be creative, you know, I'm up doing this shit at 3 o'clock in the morning. I have nothing to do the next day. And that's not healthy, but at the very least I have like, you know, that motivation's there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do something really stupid. Oh, you know what I did last night?
Nope.
No, I'm gonna show you. I
I
made
do.
a Gomez. He's not done, but I made a Gomez Fexian that I'm working on.
Trying to blow you up.
Gomez.
But
It's
there
the
we
second
go.
one I did, but this one came out better.
Yeah, that's cool.
I still have to do some gloss on the head, and I need to. I can't get the big wings in the back just keep falling out, no matter what glue I use. It's kind of driving me crazy. Have you separated those wings, Curtis? You must have, right?
I don't think I've done a Sphexian review yet.
It is really. I think they have two different style keys, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but I always can get one wing out really easy, and the other one winds up warped and sometimes snapped every time.
I definitely have separated the demon wings.
Yeah.
Because
Demon
sometimes I
Wang?
like,
What?
yeah, sometimes I like separating the big wings and just using the small part, like the Malphar ones. So
Well, that's good. Also good for just balance because those things will mess up joints a lot of the time, especially if you're trying to take pictures and pose it.
mhm. Yeah, I like those little Malphar wings. Like I wish we had more of those. But now those little wings that they have on that imp, those are gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that piece.
The thing about the wings that's the reason I don't ever want to separate it is it's among my favorite things to dry brush.
Mm.
But really the bird wings are my favorite to dry brush. So I need to get another one of those, whatever that gray dude is called. With the Z.
Xenothan.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Xenothan.
I was gonna
Probably
call
have
him
some extras
Xenopal.
of those. Actually, they have them on the site still, I think.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I painted those wings once and it was so much fun. All the dry brushing.
That figure is actually pretty loaded for the price.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just think it's ugly. It's not my color scheme. That's all. Not for me.
Careful.
Hmm?
Said, oh, careful. That's one of
Uh-oh.
Curtis's favorite
Is
Motu
it?
characters.
Well, I know that is true. And
The Motu character, yes, the figure is okay, but I do have most of my Arthas customs have come using that body. So because he's made me all the gray dwarves and has used all those parts from that. Love me some gray dwarves. I have more customs from Arthas than I do like probably everybody else combined in the community.
Yeah, you've said that. He did something that I really, really loved that he had this year. He did like a dragon head that looked incredible.
I
It had
bought
like a
that.
ribbon around. You bought that?
Yeah, that set.
Uh,
It's the Chinese elementals.
Yeah, and it was on the
Yeah.
body of like the Thraxon Scout.
Yep.
I was there when he was like, we were doing like a live painting session, just like in the studio, not like just, on like in the chat. And he was trying to figure out how to get that ribbon to work. And I was like, I think none of us were like, I don't even understood. I was like, how are you getting this ribbon on there? Like, I'm not understanding the final product. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, this makes sense. I would have never thought of that. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, his stuff. He's got a great imagination. I think he has more meal stuff than anybody.
One of these days, I'm going to buy something.
Sure, I haven't seen you photograph it. You should.
No, yeah, but I do. You just have to take my word for it. I bought his Death Dealer from Carlos.
Oh, nice
reviews. Which was cool because that's something he did custom for him, and I don't think he would do right if he does one for somebody. At least he has to ask the person if it's okay if he does another one. I think.
Oh, you bought that off of Carlos Trevor's?
Yeah.
I said that. I saw it when he. I said that. That's nice.
I love Death Dealer.
I'm just stuck to what to do next.
Got about 3 more minutes, and then we're gonna wrap this up. So
that's why I started opening figures up.
I don't even know what the hell I'm going to show. I got nothing finished. It's random shit. It's like that every week, I guess.
You can show whatever you want.
I was done with this shit, man.
You know what, Trevor? I actually have right in front of me the Necronominus poster that I bought from you. I just realized it's like literally right in front of me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized I had another dragon print after I told you I didn't.
Did I ask for that? Ask about that?
I think so. I think you were asking.
Possibly. The whole thing was a bit of a blur.
Yeah. One of the funniest stories from that. I'm next to Dusty, and you know how during setup they were just again hopefully to have this taken care of next year. But just letting people walk floor, and it was pissing me off. I went to find Jeremy, and because Dusty and I were both
Oh.
like, "This is ridiculous! All these people walking around," and he goes, "Yeah, somebody stole the one of my figures, one of the a head or a figure. I don't know. I think it was a figure or something like that.
It was the heads. The heads off of
It was
two
the
of the
heads.
figures.
Heads from two of the figures. Right. Stole. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! This is bullshit. That's why I went to see Find Jeremy. I'm like, this is ridiculous." We're backing up the last day, and he opens up one of the boxes to put stuff in. And he goes, "Oh," they were in there like, you're a jackass.
I got yelled at by Jeremy probably because you did that, because I was setting stuff up at the Wolf King table, and both Billy and Dirk were like, "You're fine. You can be here without a pass." And then Jeremy
Yeah,
walked
aren't
by
you
and was like,
setting stuff
"You-"
up though?
I was
Weren't you
setting
part of the
stuff up
show?
because I had figures there, but I didn't have like a vendor pass or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
But I had figures so I was just putting the figures up, and I was told Billy
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like very confident that it was totally fine. And then, it turned out it wasn't
don't listen
fine
to
at all.
Billy.
I mean, I know. I guess I kind of knew that might happen. Jeremy wasn't like very, very, very mad, but
Right.
I was like, oh well, that's the first time I ever spoke to him in person. All right, yeah, almost, maybe ever. I spoke to him once before. He's a little scary when he's mad, like not like scary, but like I felt a little bit like getting chided by a parent, which is like a skill to have, I think, as an adult. Talking to other adults, impressive. I don't mean that in a bad way.
I've had a few messages from Jeremy where it's like, "Hey, let me know when you got a few minutes to talk," and I'm like, "Oh crap, what did I do?"
Listen, man, I can't imagine like being in charge of the floor of a show like that. It must be a lot. I would probably yell and scream a lot too, and not in a necessarily mean way, but how else do you get people under control?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the wait list for a table next year. I mean, I doubt I'm going to get one. It'll be out in the hallway if I do, but it could be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's. Well, I don't
Openings.
think. I know there's going to be some changes next year, but I think it might lend itself to having a few new people get in. So we'll see.
Mhm.
Well,
That's cool.
I mean, I tell you one
Yeah.
thing: being a vendor is not really. It's not really. It can be fun if you go there with a mindset that you're going to be at the table all fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
But like, if you like to do all the stuff, like go role play the game or do anything else, you really can't do much unless you have somebody else there that can watch your stuff and stuff like that, or
I know. I mean, part of the reason I asked is because I figured that if I don't get one, maybe that would also be good. But I don't think I can sell things very successfully not standing there and talking to the people who walk by and look at it. Because the majority of stuff I did sell, people were walking by and I was there.
And a lot of people want to see you. You know what I mean? Like, Like, I find that like people, want to just buy from the person who's created whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
just have it.
So, I mean, we'll see. The other thing is like being in the hallway doesn't sound like as much fun, and depends on who you're next to. I guess. I'm sure.
trust me, it's not.
It's not fun. I know.
How do you
I was
really
with
feel?
Josh Brown. I was with Josh Brown for a lot of the time this year. So
Josh is great.
yeah, Josh is the best, man. I love Josh. But
I think the worst.
mean,
I
he
think
had
Josh
fun
said it
'cause
was
he had a
pretty
great setup.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just his setup was so. He had so many heads that he had to take down at night. That's I heard is the
Yeah.
worst part about it is you got to like break
Right.
down at night. I mean, if you're worried about stuff being stolen, and I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd leave it out, but
I
I
think
wouldn't leave
like
my stuff out.
I think if I just have figures, I could just put in a bin, bring it back to my room. But if I had
Oh,
my
yeah.
own table, I would have black lights, and I'll have
Yeah.
lights to set up so you could actually like
Yeah,
get what
that'd
the
be cool.
corridor looks like. And I
Be cool.
really,
I was
if I
at,
had a table,
When I was at Joe Lanta, what they did was at the end of the night, they just like the people out in the hallway just threw like a tarp over their table.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And, I think that's, we're not in a place where people are going to be, I think, actively trying to steal.
I got a
That's what
box
I
stolen
think
though.
too. Yeah.
Somebody stole a box of mine that I walked away from. So I don't know.
Yeah.
During the head swap.
There is a bigger, I mean, it's becoming a bigger and bigger thing. And there's, more and more people outside of the quote unquote community that, you know, we don't know. You don't know what
That's
they're
true.
like. People, there are the occasional people who suck. So you never know. But
I just think I'm not going to have stuff that like Josh, I helped him break down and he had a lot to break down and move back and forth when I don't think I'll bring. What I want to do is I want to get like a black, like a table runner and just splatter paint it and bring like it with neon paint and bring.
that would be cool.
I think that I can make a pretty, I'll probably do CoverCon.
That would scream Jay. So yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it would also get people's attention. Like honestly, you want people to want to come, right? So
Mhm.
I'll blast some music. Hopefully nobody. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But I think I could try. Like Steph has these great setups, and that kind of made me think about like what you can do with the table.
Mhm.
So that could be just a fun project too.
All right. Gonna start
Wrapping up?
wrapping this up. Let me embiggen myself. Well, let me close this container first and then embiggen myself. Okay. So over the last few weeks, I've been working on this ice crab thing. So this is the base that I picked up from Stefan. I feel like that came out pretty well. And then today I finished up my ice crab.
Nice.
So I do need to gloss the
Cool.
eyes still, but other than that, I think this is ready
Wow.
to go. So with the base, it'll kind of look like that.
That's cool.
So
That's awesome.
That is really, really good.
thanks. I think I like the way that turned out. And then after that, I was just working on these little Cabal books that I picked up from Rob Zamora. He sent to me. So I worked on this one, a little kind of darker, and then I put contrast paint on the pages so that they're just kind of a little more worn.
Oh yeah.
I love
And
painting
then
books.
this one's got more of a clean look. So, yeah, a couple Cabal
Those are
books.
nice. I like those. I like those books. They're nice.
Yeah, I still have to clear coat those, but other than that, I think those are pretty much done. Oh, and I had been working on these bricks the other day. I finished these shooting the shelf bricks. So
Oh, wow, those are really
cinder
cool.
blocks. Yeah.
I got those.
All right. Let's see. I go to next. I see on my screen is Benny. See what you got.
Well, I was just trying to paint this goblin, so I did like 2-3 coats on it already. Let it dry, and I was playing with a bunch of other figures while I was doing that, and then started to detail this Glios. Just give him some just highlight certain parts of his armor and stuff like that.
Nice. Guys, can
that
you
was-
hold that close to the camera? I just want to see it. Nice. Yeah.
Cool.
We just got this. I'll start to do that, but then I started messing with this Space Marine and then this guy, and I found out I could take his armor, this back part off, and this almost fits here. So you gotta
Wow.
cut that a little bit, and then I'll guess I'll repaint this for next time or primer it, and try to match the color to give him a different kind of jetpack.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So
Awesome.
that's about it for now.
Trevor, we'll go over to you next.
So I didn't realize it was going to be a show and tell, but there's not really much to show. I mean, these are just enormous pieces that I'm just trying to, do some, some quick,
Those are nice. Those are dial
quick
pieces.
and dirty stone and make it look good from a distance, because they're, like I said, they're a little soft, but from a distance they'll look fine. I've used his stuff, just straight up, just primed, and it looks fine. So this will be good. Although
What?
I shouldn't have washed this one before I did the detail stone. So whatever.
From a distance.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and we will go to Jay last. Jay, what you got?
So I just did a lot of like, super monochromatic. This is what this thing, you probably can't see, but it is really
Yeah.
weird. With the gloss, it's like super shiny underneath the white. It looks really bizarre, but it's fixable. So just a bunch of different pieces like that, these legs, so on and so forth. And then I did some pin. It's hard to yeah. And this I'm gonna go over again with like a purple paint, the
Mhm.
purple metallic, but it just brings out more detail. So that's it. Looks better.
That is creepy right there. That head is wild.
It's a forgot what an intellect devourer. D&D thing.
That's crazy.
Like a mind flayer's pet, I think.
Gotcha.
Something about it, I don't know.
All right. So that'll do it. Trevor, got anything coming up people should know about?
Legion's Quest, hopefully next week.
Legion's Quest, hopefully.
Possibly.
Yep,
Maybe.
for sure.
Other than that,
For sure.
that's about it.
All right. Benny, you got anything coming up people should know about?
No, not that I. No, I don't think so.
All right. What about you, Jay?
I have things for sale in the Cabal. I might put up another sale of different figures, possibly, if I sell these. I don't know. I think maybe people don't like getting customs this time of year and not at a convention, but check that out. Those are some of the better things I've made recently, I think.
You might
love
want
that
to try
flush.
Purple Gang group as well. I've done a couple claim sales over there and it's gone really well.
I was
Seems like
thinking
people
about
over
that.
there have a tendency to open up their wallets a little bit more than in the Cabal. So
Daniel did once tell me to do that, but it never happened. So
awesome.
check that out. Yeah. Thank you.
We had Freaks Figures said his phone was about to die, but he said, "Great job today, guys. Always enjoy watching the progress, and having background noise to block out the voices in my head. See you guys later."
Everybody.
Tunamator said, "Damn nice crab. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I've been complimented before on my crabs."
Yeah.
And Hayes said, "I dig that." So that'll do it. A little bit longer customizing studio today, but I appreciate everybody that joined in the chat as well as the folks that were on screen. Thanks to Jay, Benny, Trevor, and Alan. And until next time, folks, keep creating.